Boom shakalaka, black people rise. Black men, please stop this bullshit. Black women, please formulate your mindset. Quit having babies. Don't need to have. Y'all wondering why I'm making these comments? Because goddamn it, these clips today is gonna let y'all know today. I'm on some bullshit. I can't believe what the fuck is going on out here in real time in the world. I can't. It's rather amazing, G. It's some of the shit that we get into tonight. You know, we have like real fun shows, and sometimes we have, tonight's show is it's rather interesting to me. That's the best way I can put it.
That's
I'm trying not to give it away ahead of time, but we're gonna have a good time tonight. How you doing, ladies? Let me go ahead and bring in the beautiful Shantae. The beautiful Shantae Moore. How you doing, baby girl? How you feeling?
What's up, Russ? How you doing, baby?
I'm feeling good, baby girl. I'm feeling good. I can't complain. I'm living life. I'm feeling good. Listen, y'all. I've had a great. Let me tell you something. If y'all don't notice, what do y'all notice different about today's show? What do y'all notice?
Well, I see the hustle.
Hustle.
Let me tell you.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
What?
I'm gonna tell you some real shit.
Tell it.
Every once in a while, I get the umption and the gum. Right. You feel me? So the other day.
I haven't seen your mic.
What happened to your mic, boo?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, kind of like cut out for a minute.
Yeah.
So the other day, I'm out here, I'm saying I need to get some draws. That's where I said I need to get some draws.
I don't even know how we got here.
I'm going to Burr to get some draws. Okay.
The sign, boo. That's the reason for the sign.
So I get into Burlington and I walk over to the draws section and I grab me a couple pair of draws and I grab me some black socks because everybody that know me know I'm like terrible with socks. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, shit, I need to get me some black socks for church and shit. You know what I mean? So I went there, got that. So then I'm walking down the aisle right there by the fucking draws and shit. They have these paintings. So I'm like, looking, I'm like, that hustle is grabbing my attention. And it wasn't even my attention first. It was a fucking photo of a lion.
Beautiful.
That said, no guts, no glory.
Oh.
I said, wait a minute. Let me go ahead and grab this little piece. And after I saw that little piece, I saw another little piece. I said, I need to put some scriptures up in my house. I need to, let God be in my house a little bit, right? So I go off and grab some nice little some artwork for the walls for the other rooms and stuff. And then I'm like, fuck it. I see the hustle one. And the hustle one was pulling on. It was pulling on me because by the time I got the hustle, I'm probably about close to $100 just in pictures. You feel me?
He ain't got not nail draws, not nail sock, or none of that.
I get that first. That's what I got that first. That's what I walked in with the initial plan. The initial plan got taken care of. I got the draws. I got all that shit, right?
Okay.
Then the next day, I'm like, I'm looking for my hammer, and I can't find my hammer. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me go to the store and get me some hammer nails so I can hang up. I go there. The next thing you know, I start spending more money. I spent over $500.
At the front door.
I'm trying to tell you. Y'all know y'all didn't seen just from, I'm trying to tell you, just from I'm talking
everything.
About everything. Blooming, whatever, Burlington's man, right? So then
lights, pictures, all of it.
Let me tell you that this is the funniest part. I went to the store from the last item I buy. And I said, damn, your insurance, car insurance is due. Like sometime right about
like now.
some,
Like
so
now.
some said, pull out your phone. Pull out your phone,
Mhm,
son.
mhm,
Pull out my phone. Oh shit.
mm.
That shit came out today. They put that shit out while I
Mhm.
was in the store. They said, let's get him while he's shopping. He ain't gonna know what the fuck, he ain't gonna know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Let's get him while he's shopping.
Yeah.
They said, we know he's spending money right now.
That's what you
Oh,
get.
Lord. Oh, my God. So I got the shit, y'all. I'm so happy, though. I'm telling you, the house
It's
is a
nice.
completely different feel. I'm telling you, my bedroom. Y'all know I'm crazy about the lights and shit. Like, the
Oh
lights
yeah.
around here. Like, these were the lights that was around my TV. Okay. So then this is another thing that guards. So, I'm crazy about these little lights and shit.
Yeah, Menards will get you.
So wait a minute.
Oh,
So then I'm like,
Jesus.
I see a different kind of like light thing, and it comes. I'm looking at the box and I'm thinking it's a remote that comes with it, right? So I get home, I break the shit, put one in the front room. I put one over my bed, like right on the edges of my bed, and it's so cold because it's like the bed and then the lion pictures right there. And then I put one on the other television. So I spent about shit $70 on that shit, $60, some shit like, cause it's like $15. I'm in that motherfucker just going fucking crazy,
He went
man. I'm
crazy.
trying to tell y'all, but I'm so peaceful in the crib, and it's so
It's
what's so
important.
funny.
It's
This
important.
was so funny, G. In my front room, this is the wildest part. In my front room, I moved one piece of furniture, and it changed the entire motion of my front room. And
They
The
then
call
so
it
feng
feng
shui.
shui for a reason.
The feng
oh my
shui.
god. Oh, and then I bought a clock. I bought this
He
big
bought a
ass
clock.
fucking
Oh
clock.
Lord.
He bought a
Man,
clock, say.
that
You just
motherfucker is
want
beautiful.
another reason to yell at us. How y'all late? Sound check.
It's in
Yeah,
the front
yes.
room.
So I don't went
It's nice.
crazy. I didn't went crazy. And then I cleaned it. So then after I bought all this shit, I'm like, fuck it. I gotta clean the crib. So I didn't went through the whole fucking crib from the front room to the kitchen. Because the kitchen was my biggest tassel. That was my biggest tassel. And then I had to do this off it. Remember a couple weeks ago, I had my little niece and shit and her little photos and
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Hang them up on the wall and
Oh,
shit.
good. Good,
Yeah,
good,
everything.
good.
Yeah, like if
Yay.
you come into the studio right now,
Hey,
it's only one
Lorenza.
thing.
Hey, LaShonda. Hey, Mama Yoni.
It's only one thing I want to get for
What?
for the office, and I want the TV because I remember I told you I went through that shit when my mama moved, and I got this big ass TV, and the motherfucking when motherfuckers that moved it wasn't professional, so by the time it got up here, all of them got knocked up out that motherfucker. But the sound is so beautiful. I listen to my music and shit. So now that's the last thing I want to do is I want to get me one more TV. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna do it this weekend and just go spend me about $200-300 on another little TV, and throw that up. And then my biggest fight is gonna be who the fuck will help me get this big ass TV that is in here the fuck up out of here. That has been my week. Y'all, I have spent more money than I have naturally even designed to even.
Is it even a week? It's just a day that you spend all this
It was
dang on
it was
money.
it was within a 24-hour period. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It
Wow.
started at 9. Listen,
Yeah.
I walked in the store at Burlington at 9 o'clock. Like 9, it was actually like 9:30. Because I'm only saying like I only got 30 minutes. But by the time I walked out of that bitch, it was like 10:20.
So you were past the time of closing.
Them bitches was looking at me like, get the fuck up out of here. I didn't even know I didn't even know that they had shopping carts. They when like Burlington got shit where you can't once you go outside the door,
You can't take the cart. Yeah.
can't go. I'm like,
Yep.
motherfucker was like, hold on, baby, I got you. She went there and
They
unlocked
got
the
to get
cart.
the key locked.
Don't take it to the
They was
car. Don't
ready
worry
to
about it.
kick you out.
Yeah, that bitch
She
was
was
like,
ready
get
to
out
go
my
home.
See, you
get out my
that one. For those of us who have ever worked retail, you that one. It's been a long day where you come
5
strolling through the
minutes.
door like we ain't got nowhere to be. You that one. That's
5
you.
minutes before closing, I
That's
want to
you.
strangle your neck.
I'll admit that
I'm
was
just
Mm.
picking up 2 things. Yeah,
come
I
back
yeah.
with a
listen,
car full of stuff.
You
Wait,
like,
and
listen.
then don't let it be something
Normally
that
that
don't
ain't
ring
me.
up.
oh
Normally that
yes.
ain't me. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Anybody that knows me with going to the store knows that I'm like go in and walk out. I walk in and get what the fuck I want. I don't know what I just had this little.
Yellow
I don't
Shauna,
know.
that's what it got.
I believe that it was the Lord Himself that
You
said
don't
you need.
don't you start that.
No, no, listen to
Mm-mm,
Don't
what
you
I'm saying.
start
mm-mm,
Wait,
that.
wait,
mm-mm,
listen to what I'm saying,
mm-mm,
but don't tell me what
mm-mm,
to say unless you heard what I said first. I
mm-mm.
believe the Lord was like, listen, you've been working hard for a couple years.
Why he using
He
the
was
Lord on there?
hard for the
Let me
money.
tell you. I believe this is what I
So
believe. I believe he.
hard.
Can I tell my story without
No,
giving these goddamn songs and shit?
no.
God was like, listen, you've been working extremely fucking hard. Had a lot of shit on your plate, and it's time to, do something for yourself. You know what I mean? Because like the week before when we did the thing for Nate, we got a couple praise reports. Nada got her car fixed.
Yay!
Thank you everybody that was on the show that
Dun, dun,
donated
dun,
money for
dun.
her. And then guess what? The
What?
person that was going to hook Nada up end up having their car go down, and they sent me a picture yesterday. I said, nigga, when you picking me up? They got them a new motherfucking Benz truck.
Hot
So
dang!
when I
Ooh.
saw that
Very
post, I
good.
just, I'm an ignorant nigga. When we riding? When we going? They said, so I'm waiting to get picked up in the Benz truck. And I swear, when I go live I'm gonna go live in the Benz truck. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is another testimony. So I believe I've been helping other people out. And I think God was just like, you know what? Go ahead and take care of yourself, son. You've been
Yeah,
doing all right. The bill,
always important.
you didn't deducted your bills down a little bit and you didn't work shit out for yourself to be a little prosperous. Go ahead and splurge on yourself for a little bit. And that's what I did, man. So that's why we have this beautiful hustle background here. And I'm telling
Fantastic.
people, I be telling folks, listen, do you know this? I do this show every week, and this is the only fucking thing that is different from what y'all see, and it has changed the whole atmosphere of my show
It
and how I feel.
does.
I love it.
It
Yeah.
does.
I love it.
So
I have a
I
small announcement after you check in with Eda. I have a small announcement.
What?
what's the
What you
announcement?
check?
Come on,
Come
what's
on.
the
What you
announcement?
checking in with
You're
me
supposed
for?
to be checking in with Eda. Say how you
You
doing.
you first. Come on. Since we
Well,
we
you didn't
stuck on
do it
you.
out there. Shit. I'm not, me.
Come
If
on
you
now.
know
I know.
going
Don't.
to it,
Come
what's
on,
up?
boo. Come on.
I have released my jewelry pieces. My line has
Yay.
started, and I am already making sales. So this is one of the sets that I have, and the name of my line is Diva Journey, and these are
Okay.
Diva Journey pieces. So if you are interested in one of a kind custom handmade earrings and necklaces, that is me right now. I am on Facebook, but you can inbox me if you are interested. I will send you pics, I will send you prices, but I
Type the
stepped out
information
I
in
know,
the
cause
on faith.
I was trying. I was finna say,
I
how's your
will.
journey spelled?
I will step out on faith. I stepped out on faith, and I said,
All right
let's do
now.
this thing. So my stuff is
I
out
was
there.
waiting. I was waiting for you to tell me. I've been paying attention to what you post, sis. Come on, go on and put it up there. Go on and
I
throw it in
am.
there.
I'm gonna type it. I'm
Come
gonna
on.
type it.
Cause I
what's
was like,
going
yeah, that's my sister.
what's going on, E-Type?
Hello, hello. I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. Just yeah, I still got indigestion from late night cooking last night because somebody called me and interrupted me from cooking last night. But it's all
Oh, that
good.
was me.
It was
That
worth
was
it.
me.
It was worth
That,
it. It was
that
worth
was
it though.
me.
It was
I had to
funny.
just I was like, what this
It
shit
was
look
funny.
like?
It was awesome. I told you. See, you ain't have to. I didn't even point you out. You called yourself out. I wasn't even gonna
I
tell it.
know it was me. I
I was
knew
gonna
it was
leave it.
gonna
I
air.
was gonna leave it gonna be. I was gonna leave it as is because because you just don't
I
know
knew it
what
was me
folks
because I
think.
knew listen, I ain't gonna sit up there in front of what me. I had to hang up on your ass. You made me mad. I was like, get the fuck off my fucking lot. Little ass.
But I tell you, last night it was so funny because I was like, I will get ready to cook. He told me, I need your help. I was like, what you got? What you got? What you think? What you think? Tell you, he like a little kid with the candy stuff. So LaShonda, yes, Burlington has piped in that smell like Target do. You know when you go
Listen,
in Target, and I got to
Target
go to Target to get
sends
my Tabitha
subliminal
Brown
messages.
outfits. Yes, sir. Cause
They
I'm a
send
Tabitha.
subliminal messages.
I
You
love me a
walk into
Tabitha.
Target and they go, "Hey, there's
Come.
no one else around. Nobody else matters.
Yes.
Come and buy."
Oh, don't go to the
And
dollar section.
don't
I
go
get
to.
Yeah, oh my
No,
God. Come.
come
Man,
here.
Yes.
listen, I'm trying to tell you. When I tell you everything, especially let me tell you, let me kick y'all always talking about y'all little fucking dog. Y'all love my little dog so fucking much. Let me
We
tell you.
do.
I love
Well,
my baby.
let me tell you what this little son of a bitch did this week.
You leave
You
my
gonna
boy,
stop talking about him like
my
that?
nephew. You
No,
stop
no,
reminding.
no, no. He's one of the reasons that we went to the house in the first place. Let's start there. Okay. First off, in my bedroom, this nigga, I'm thinking like I could just go ahead and take a little nap and he could just chilling, he's sleeping on. This nigga decides to wake up while I'm sleeping. Go to my bedroom and start chewing in the fucking carpet, and he just dug a straight ass line straight in the carpet.
He's
So
teething.
that's
Yep.
what even began the process of saying that a nigga had to fuck around and start decorating because I needed to put some shit down on the floor. Because I was about to throw that nigga out the crib today. That nigga was about to go out
He's
the house that day.
teething.
He's
Does he have
teething.
enough chew toys?
I know he's teething. I understand all that bullshit, but I was looking at my fucking rug and I was like, okay, nigga, you ain't. I
Do
can't
he
take
have
you
enough
teething in my house
teething
like this.
rings?
But anyway, so I went down and we got the rugs and then the next thing you know, the bed got switched out. And man, I'm just trying to tell you. Then I'm sitting there and I'm like looking in the room. I'm like, I'm the worst when it comes to reconstructing. Get it at the worst
He's
times.
a
So in the middle of the
running.
fucking night, I'm sitting there like, that TV needs to move.
Only
That dress.
Russ.
That dresser needs to just slide over. Now, if I
Lord
move that
Jesus.
dresser over there, what would the TV look? I'm trying to tell you, I went through. So yeah, I done went through a thing this week from the dog chewing up my shit, but I've been blessed on the other side. Now I'm ready to get into tonight's show and talk my shit.
You're not going to speak to me tonight, sir?
Oh, I didn't see
Oh,
shit. We waiting on your camera to pop up. I didn't see it.
That's not going to happen. So let me
Oh.
explain to you why that's not going to happen. I still have a pinched nerve. I'm still in a lot of pain.
I'm so sorry.
I did not feel no face today. So you will have my voice, and I'm here. I love you
hi,
still,
mommy.
but I cannot.
I'm just thinking, sometimes you done came in and then, when y'all don't be on camera, I be thinking that y'all don't want to be seen or some shit, So I let y'all go
Just
ahead.
because I don't want to be seen doesn't mean I don't want to be heard.
And we value your input. I don't like it when you ain't here.
I thought I heard her laugh. I thought I heard her laughter, and I was like, well, maybe I'm just missing her.
Journey, and I was
Girl,
clapping
listen,
when
I
Russ
thought it
was
was
telling the
something
story
else.
about his furniture and his journey through the furniture with him and his little dog. Yep, he just gonna ignore me because he don't see my damn picture, but that's okay. I'm here. I'm laying down, but I'm here.
Mama,
I can't sit straight up. I'm sorry.
Is my sorry sufficient enough for you, Mama Yoni? Because you know I love you.
Thank you so much.
Only
You know
do that
I
to choke you.
Feel better soon, Mama.
I'm gonna feel better soon. As soon as I can get to see this therapist about this nerve in my back, I'm be okay.
Let me check Eda right quick. Cause she tried to slide something through there and start getting it. I'm not shut the fuck up tonight. We're gonna have a good each week. You just get a little bit more comfortable with trying to talk shit to me. And I'm like, okay, this nigga, she really fucking around with a, you better let me enjoy my blessings. All right, well, check it out. Shut up. Our very first clip tonight.
No.
Take 20 minutes to get into my very first clip. God damn it. Hallelujah.
That's because you got stuck in the burley today. Ain't our fault.
Devils, I'm not dealing with the demon shit tonight. Shut up. Let me get into the goddamn clip. All right. We got a nigga that has a problem with how y'all women are allowing y'all daughters to walk out the house.
Oh.
Yeah. He said, yo, I don't know how old this motherfucker down the street and her ass is poking out. I'm a motherfucking man. I'm generated this way. And I said, damn, I think this is a good clip for tonight. So everybody go on mute right quick. Let's get ready to run this clip and see what's going on. See if we agree or if we disagree with what my man's talking about right here.
Don't nobody know your daughter is 14, 15 years old, man. They don't. Especially when they see them wearing tight ass shorts with their ass cheeks hanging out the goddamn shorts. Men see physical, we see it. We don't know she 15, 14, man. Sis, you don't see your daughter out there look like she having an ass out contest with you. You ain't gonna say nothing. Or you just gonna victimize the people that look at her. Ain't you the one that bought them motherfucking clothes? Huh? Ain't you the one that, man, check that shit. It's warm as hell, man. You got these little girls walking down the street. I'm riding down the block, seeing all the kids for the prom. Somebody got all the little girls, prom dresses, got their ass and their titties out. That's normal to you? You don't feel weird about that shit? You got grown men riding by, grown men with gray beards, looking at your little 12, 13, 14-year-old daughter. They ain't looking at you, looking at her ass. That don't bother you? Man, you need to get your shit together, man. Summertime. And I guess, if you catch somebody looking at your kid, somebody looking at your motherfucking kid, you gonna bust their ass, right? You gonna get the strap, grab the ratchet and bust their ass, right? Because they said something disrespectful to your 15-year-old with them big ass titties, big ass hanging out, them little ass shorts, little ass clothes that you bought. You bought them shits. Look like you went and bought them shits from a store called Build a Little Hoe. So somebody check them, right? So now the rest of the summer gonna consist of shootouts and dead bodies because you ain't be a better steward, be a good parent, and teach your child the importance of protecting their private stuff. Your child in competition with you. That's cute to you? Oh, you trying to let people see she get it from her mother? Huh? Sis, get your shit together. Bruh, pull up. Man, I understand you ain't with her no more. Pull up. You know your daughter getting older. She getting better. She's starting to develop now. Pull up. Encourage the mother to buy your daughter some training bras and shit. Some respectful ass shorts, man. To get to the knees. You heard me? Word up. Come on, man. Let's be accountable to each other, man. Word up. Especially in the day we got all these secret perverted ass, the predatory ass dudes out here, man. And then now weed is legal. So that's telling your 14-year-old, here come burn this blunt. And sit in the backseat of this caddy and call me daddy. Come on, jump in the G-Ride, we out. Come on, y'all, it's levels to this shit. Get on top of your affairs, family, parents. Nobody want to hear nothing about, oh, what's happening in the violence and North. Nah, man, we starting that shit. Let's be better parents to our kids out here. Word up. And another thing, all you people out there screaming about the murders in the street, I got a question for you. Why every time you screaming about the murders in the street, you want to protest, bomb on the city hall, you want to march and everything, but why every time you get in an argument with somebody, you calling murderers, you calling shooters? How that work? Man, get it together, man. This summer is our summer. We need to be better people, better parents, better accountable parents, better responsible parents for our own children, for our own city, for our own community, for our own village, for our own nation, man. Brother Malik speaks, man. Share this video.
Brother Malik, I didn't just share it. We talked about it on the goddamn show. Now, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna pass the mic right along. I don't agree with shit that I don't disagree with shit that he said. I don't, you know. As parents, kids ain't got no jobs, so they ain't buying their own fucking clothes. You know, especially if they buying clothes that they walking around your house in, walking in and out your door in. Oh yeah, check that shit. Check that shit quick. And there needs to be a issue. There needs to be a conversation with the kid and the fucking parent. And I also agree with him about the fathers. You know, step up even if you ain't with your baby mama. If she got your child out here dressed like a fucking inappropriate young girl. Yeah. If thank you, mama. If your child is dressed like an inappropriate young lady, body needs to say something to that motherfucker. And if especially if it's your child. I want to go ahead and ask my panel, Mama Yoni, since you online and since you dropped that thought so beautifully, could you talk to me and tell me what you feel about that video that we just watched?
So I can't disagree with what he's saying either. And he's absolutely correct. If you're 14, 15-year-old walking out the house with their butt cheeks hanging under the shorts and they areola sticking out the top of the tank top or the little bikini top they got on, That's not a problem with the person saying something to them. That's a problem with you allowing her to walk out the house like that. I'm
Mhm.
not saying that she shouldn't be able to wear what she want to wear, but you need to be respectful, especially if you going to hold accountable grown people for looking at grown things. Because these kids ain't built like we was built when we was kids. We
See,
we
Sure
didn't
Mama,
won't.
this is what I'm saying.
we
Mama, this why I want to jump in there. As a parent, you got every fucking right to your kid is wearing it is if you are the see. This is what I'm saying.
and
If
I
you
agree.
are a
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
okay,
saying is this. He's absolutely correct. What I'm saying is this. How can I, as a parent, as a mother of this child that's got this shit on, be mad
Mhm.
because some old 40-year-old that said something to her when she not looking like a 14 or 15-year-old? She dressed
right,
like she grown. She
right.
dressed like she can do whatever. And they think they
Mhm.
so grown now that they do. He ain't lying about come burn this blunt. They've seen it too many times. Come burn this blunt, come sit in the back of this caddy and call me daddy is exactly how they go down. That's how they
Mhm.
end up missing. That's how they end up doing the shit that they be doing. Because ain't nobody out there guiding them. We can't be mad at a man because a man is visual.
Mhm.
Can't be mad at him because he's doing what he was programmed to do. But what we need to be programmed to do with our daughters is respect them. They
True.
need to respect. If you don't respect yourself, how you gonna respect your daughter? Because if she see you out here acting a fool, looking like a slut, looking like a hoe, looking like that hoe over there, that's exactly what she gonna be wearing. And if you allowing her to walk out your door or even around your house in that same attire, what do you expect? How you expect her to have respect out there? Because you're gonna
Mhm.
say that she should be able to wear what she want to wear. She should be
Mhm.
able to wear what she want to wear. But guess what? That ain't the real life. Your kid
Mhm.
wearing what she
I'm
wanted
about
her,
to
and all this is showing, and all this is out there. Somebody snatch her up and come talking to her until she opens up her mouth, and you realize that this is a kid and not a grown woman.
Mhm.
You don't ever know.
facts.
I'm only 5'6". All my daughters are 6 feet tall. You would never think that I'm their mother. They're all taller than me. They all busty. They all got hips, ass, all that. But I tell you what, they wasn't doing when they was living with me.
Mhm.
They wasn't going out the house looking like that because you going with me. You can't even wear it in the house. You in leggings and a t-shirt in the house. So you definitely not going outside like that. You had to have a
Mhm.
friend, a partner, a buddy, or a sneak friend that's gonna bring some shit for you to wear that look like that. But see, I'm
Mhm.
pop up anywhere. Wherever I pop up at, I'm bringing smoke. Period. You're not finna get that off on me.
I would like to bring it to our clergy right now. I'd like to bring it to Sister Shante. Um, I do believe the Bible says, train. I'm gonna let you finish this. Train a child in the that
Mhm.
he should go.
And they will not depart from it.
Kidoki, you can take the floor now. You are true with your spirit.
Um, I don't disagree with the brother. I'm glad he spoke on it. Um, there is already a problem with the over sexualization of our girls. They do it in media, they do it in music. There has always been this representation of our females as, yeah, you don't really have to have a brain as long as you have a body. That's already a problem. And then we have a double standard. You shouldn't be talking to no young girls. You a pedophile, you a pervert. But the young girl is walking around looking like the video hoe. Which one is it? What do you want her to be? What do you want her to represent? My daughter knows full well that I'm grown and I could potentially wear anything I wanted to out this house. I could look as crazy as my heart's content coming out this house. But I promise you that every time I put something on, I am always thinking about what does this represent as a mother? How am I representing myself? Because I'm her example. I check everything that child wears. She has gone into double letter cups. She got hips. She got a flat stomach. She got a butt. I'm watching everything. She said, "Oh, mom, can I get so and so such and such? Let's try it on. Because if it's too short, and I'm always saying, turn around. Where does it hit on the back of the leg? Because you know that booty make it stick out a little bit, come up a little bit, right? Black girl problems. Where does it hit on the back of the leg? Nope, that's too short. What about this? Nope, that's too low cut. Nope,
Too
you don't
thought
have,
delicious.
nope, you don't have nothing with the sides cut out. Nope, you don't have no. Oh, this is cute. Yup, it's cute if you were 20. It
Mm-hmm.
and you have to stay on it. At some point, it no longer becomes about other people. It becomes about lazy parenting. See, you want to say that's my daughter and I'm so proud, but you got to take the responsibility for what they're trying to do to your daughter and protect her from that. And that means even protecting her from herself.
Mm-hmm.
As a teenager, of course, all teenagers think they know stuff. It's not that big a deal, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You don't know. You ain't been, unless you've already been there, you ain't been to the darkest parts of the world. You ain't been to the darkest corners of the earth where they do some of the most wicked and depraved shit to young girls. You ain't been there. So what you don't know is for your own good. So when I say before you leave this house, you can't look a certain way and you need to look a certain way, there's multiple reasons for that. Even in school. Yeah, I know it's just school. Okay. But no, you don't wear 30-inch eyelashes to school. It's fucking school. You're not about to do all that. There's a level, like he said, there's levels to it. We have got to stop being lazy and then want to have a double standard to say, well, you wrong for doing that. Well, where's your part in it? And
Mm-hmm.
that's for both parents. Because again, here we go. Every girl in my book is supposed to be a daddy's girl. Where the daddies? Teach them how they should be respected by a young man. Teach them how they should be treated and spoken to by a young man.
Woo, woo, you just said something. Cause see, this is the thing. I'm gonna ride your coattails right now. This is the issue. The young men are making bad decisions from the get-go before the baby was even here. You understand what I'm saying? Like you got with the wrong, I hate to say it this way, but you got with the wrong fish. You went fishing in the wrong lake. And if you know anything about fish when they have babies, motherfuckers just shoot the fuck out. And you kids out here and you don't even know how to fucking structure your own fucking life. You
Not
don't
at
even know
all.
what the fuck, you don't even know what the fuck is right or wrong for you. And then you have a child, and then you recognize the wrong and what the and this is the other thing that you said men take care of your kids. I agree. I agree. But then we also have that situation with parents like this that we're discussing. Is this the parent to fucking father in court and make it impossible to see the child, to love the
Possibly.
child, to be a parent, to do things that are just basic children? You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
it's so much that goes into that child before they even put them clothes on.
And I would say to that, if that's the situation, then there's still accountability to be had. And there's accountability to be had with, is there a brother? Is there an uncle? Is there a grandfather? What are the male influences does this young lady have? Positive male influences does this
Mm-hmm.
young lady have in her life? Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of our women do that. But okay, let's take the daddy out the picture. Who else is around? Who else is around? Where are the older women? Where are the
Mm-hmm.
older women who can talk to that baby? If the mama ain't doing, look, ain't nobody perfect, and everybody that had a baby don't shouldn't be a mama. But where are the older women? Where is it? Where's another? Where is that auntie that can seem to get through to her when nobody else can? Everybody got that auntie, right? When can't nobody else talk to you, that auntie can get through. Where's that auntie,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where's that example to say, sweetheart, understand something? You look a certain way. You're a beautiful young lady. Yep, you're shapely and all of that. Just because you got it don't mean everybody needs to see it. And so that then you get into a conversation of how does that make you feel? Because at the end of the day, when you really narrow it down, why do our young women dress like that, and why do some mothers let their young women dress like that? Since that's what he was talking about in the video, you're talking about attention. If I'm not being given the correct and proper attention in a positive and healthy manner, then human behavior dictates I'm going to get that attention wherever I can, be it positive or negative, right? It's like when a toddler doesn't get their way and they act out because they mad because they just couldn't get their way. If I can't get the attention that I'm trying to get from the people in my own house, I'm gonna get it wherever I can. So then that becomes another conversation. So there's, like you said, there's levels to this. And if you're not willing, as a parent, if you're not willing to address your shortcomings, then you can't very well change your behavior when it comes to that kid.
See, everybody, listen, and this is what's going to be funny because the next clip that we're going to play, and I'm going to get into this, I'm going to let Ida talk first, but it's so crazy when we start talking about right and wrong in the household. Because when you were speaking and you said like the village, when it brought to my memory when I was a younger kid, the village just wasn't the family. The village was the neighbors.
Shoot, yeah.
Like I would be afraid. Like when I was, I was a mischievous kid. I did some things.
Shocking.
But listen.
Really? You don't say.
I would to avoid being seen by people in the neighborhood. Shit. The first time I smoked a cigarette, I didn't smoke it on my block. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't smoke it nowhere around. First time I smoked weed, I didn't smoke it around where I was at because I knew the people that was.
Because Miss Williams always sitting on the porch.
Like I'll never forget. I told y'all that once before. I was on the show, and y'all know I always been in church, and it was a fucking event at a church, and it was a girl. And when I got home, I was walking home, and I saw this big burly woman in a flower outfit, and it was my auntie. Come to find out, the lady upstairs heard me out the crib and called my mother at work. Now think about it. How many motherfuckers do you know have your work information?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Absolutely.
Exist now. You feel what I'm saying?
No.
So I end up walking into some shit, and the first thing I heard was, "Nigga, when your mama get home, just take it." That's the only thing that was the only advice my auntie had for me. My auntie understood what the fuck I was doing. My auntie even understood the place I went to wasn't even a bad place. I went to a church, but she understood. Nigga, you done broke the rules of the house.
Right.
And the neighbors know the rules of your house. The neighbors know what block is as far as where you should go. So if they see me one block over and they ride down the block, they say to me, "Hey Russ, your mama know you down here?" Just so I can get my ass on the other side.
Pretty much.
That does not exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now we see motherfuckers kids and we look at them and we say, because we feel that we can't say shit to the parents. Parents nowadays,
they'll go off on you.
You can't. I tell you from what I used to do, when I was in the building all the time with them little motherfuckers, I would run into parents and try to, get the kid geared in the right way. And then I had to immediately recognize, oh, this is why the kid acts this way, because I'm listening to this ignorant ass parent. This parent don't give a fuck about shit. So why would I expect this kid I have to approach this kid in a different way than just I'm gonna tell your mama shit. I gotta have a conversation with you. I gotta say, listen, do you know that you about to be out of school in a couple years, and after that you ain't gonna have no job, and then if your mama decides, what the fuck do? Those are the conversations that I had to have. What do you feel about this?
Well, I don't disagree. Wholeheartedly, but you do have where you have some kids that feel like, oh well, I'm going to do this and rebel because it's not. And sometimes it ain't always the parents that is like the parents that you get the clothes from. Sometimes the children don't get the clothes from the parents themselves. Sometimes they have strict parents and they feel like, oh, I'm gonna rebel, I'm gonna do this. And you talking to your girl, be like, your girlfriend be like, well, don't worry about it. My mama let me wear it, so I bring you, we the same size. I bring you the same thing. Hence, you get to school, you change clothes, but you forget. I got a doctor's appointment. Your mama don't tell you. You forget that your mama told you. Just remember, I gotta pick you up. You getting out of school early,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
forget, and you get down there. Your auntie gonna pick you up, or I'm gonna pick you up. Then you be like, oh, oops, you forgot. Your mother says, "What you got on, sister?" Cause trust me,
Yep.
my mama always call you. My aunt always call you Mary. My aunt will come out her mouth and be like, "Mary, little Mary, what you wearing?" Be like,
Uh-huh.
well, that won't me, but she used to. That she call everybody Mary. She if she knew who you are, she know your name. She'll call you Mary. You'd be like, Auntie, but that's not Mary. You understand who I'm talking to? Y'all know she calls her own sisters Mary. She do that to everybody. But it's just a thing of you got to watch who your children hang with too. Sometimes it ain't
Absolutely.
always like you say the parents that's buying the stuff for the kids. Yes, the kids are to the point like you said with that village. It was nothing for in our neighborhood, like you say, and we say a neighborhood that had over 60 houses, and it was nothing for always say you don't hang on the street corner. That was a thing. You don't hang on the street corner. You stay in the yard. You don't hang on the
Yeah,
street
yeah,
corner.
yeah. Yeah.
And I never forget me being who I am, not just being cool, trying to hang with the people, just being me. I was on the corner. And next thing I know, my little elderly neighbor came walking on by and said, "Now you know you ain't supposed to be on the corner. So come on, come look." This is what he said. So come on and walk with me. Yes,
And
sir.
then caught your little fast ass outside. Gonna check you
No,
real
and
quick.
and but I wasn't even being fast. It was just the fact of the matter of I wasn't on my street and I was up top. And like my mom would say, folks, nothing had good happens on the corner. And the thing that my mom always said, and it stuck with me. So I was one of the kids that didn't hang on the street corner, that didn't
Mm,
get to hang out. And I just felt like, well,
Hey, you was
dang,
being fair.
I ain't got
Listen,
I ain't got
I'm
no
from.
friends. I
I
felt like I want this. But you know what? I can truly say this because I was not one of those ones that hung on the street corner. Everybody in the neighborhood had respect. So when they saw me and they were
mm-hmm.
doing the other, like they saw the other
Mm-hmm.
girls wearing them booty shorts and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I won't doing that. They respected me. So when they saw me, they didn't call me just Eda. They called me Miss Eda. And I'm like, dude, like I'm younger than y'all. Y'all like 15 years older than me. I ain't oh,
see,
but
but
because
see,
of
let
the
me see,
respect,
Because how
but
you
see,
carried yourself.
understand this,
Absolutely.
understand
you
this,
know.
understand this. The terminology "fast" back in the day, that didn't mean you was out there being what we would
Right.
call a hot girl now.
No.
Nah,
Right.
Being
you just
fast back in the day was moving before your time.
your time.
You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, you being fast. Like I remember my mama used to like, some girls had like flip mouths.
Hot in the pants.
That would be my mom, this little fast tail ass girl, motherfucker. You know, that's where the terminology came from. The terminology came from. I think I can, but I'm not at a position where I can
Yeah.
do it. I'm move faster than life has put me at. I'm moving in a lane that I shouldn't be in. Shit,
Yeah.
I need to. And we always talk about that when we get older. Man,
Mhm.
life goes by so fast. When we get to
It
this age, we
does.
talking about like the week go by so goddamn. When we was recognized that shit, a day was a
Exactly.
fucking month to us. You understand what I'm saying? And some of these motherfuckers living that fast life are doing shit in that day.
Mhm.
They are distorting the rest
Mhm.
of their life.
Yeah.
Not just that moment, because listen, you got a 15, 16-year-old girl being fast out on the street. All right. You got a mom in the house that's with that child, that's not supervising that child properly. Then that child goes out into the street, decides they want to kick it, drink, smoke, out, fuck around, fuck a nigga, and have in one day get pregnant. Now, this has altered that kid's life forever.
Forever.
Mhm. The
Not saying that
trajectory
it's
of
a bad thing that she had kids, but this has altered their course.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Because when they
Yeah.
do turn 21 and they become the age where they can go out and hang out with people, and guess what? Now you got to find a babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Now when you find a babysitter, you got to find somebody that you trust to watch your
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that when you put them around their kids, if they got kids, their kids ain't bad, picking up bad habits. So when they come home, you got to deal with that shit. So it's so much shit
Yeah.
that goes into having kids at a young age when you are not prepared and you're walking in a
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle that you're not ready for. You know,
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh, true.
all right, now this next clip is, I believe it's from Africa. And it's a game show.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
And they asked this young lady
Oh,
her
no.
position on men and women. And so the way that the show is designed, I believe they get like 90 seconds to give their output and their input on what they think. And I guess if they win, if they win over the panel at the end, I guess they win the show. Well, this clip is rather interesting. Let's check this out. Everybody go on mute right quick.
Now the
1 second. Let me make sure I got him on 1 second. All right. This is gonna blow y'all. Let's get it.
final encounter tonight be between Olumide and Chinedu. After that, cross-examination. Olumide, Chinedu, for some action.
Good evening, judges. Biologically, sex is designed one main purpose: procreation. Anything that's extra. The female reproductive cycle comes around once a month. For a man, it's every day. For each sexual act, the woman's one egg is matched by the man's 120 million sperm cells. And let's do some calculation. 120 million sperm cells a day, every day, as opposed to one egg a month, every month, means, assuming all the cells are viable, that it will take only 30 men to impregnate all the women in the world. This points to one clear fact: a man is, by nature, polygamous. Monogamy and fidelity are unnatural situations promulgated by religious beliefs and social pressures. Take those away, every man would. It's simply biological. Now let's look at the extra. One fact that women, for the most part, are more emotional than men. So it's natural that a sexual encounter should be attached. But because a man is visual and logical in nature, there's no emotion involved. For him, it's just a physical release that's got nothing to do with love. A man loves his woman by protecting and providing for her. Period. It's really quite simple. For a man, the physical and the emotional, two separate entities. Thank you.
Olumi,
Yes,
fascinating argument. You say men have the ability to roam and like some kind of man on the Serengeti. Is that an issue of choice in the man? You accept that there's a level of choice.
yes,
Level of choice. Then the whole issue, society and makeup really boils down to a question of the character of the individual man, not some compelling force against which he cannot resist the temptation to roam, to use your words.
For lack of a better analogy, you can train a dog not to bark, but it will still bark.
Dogs and men.
I'm sorry, for lack of a better analogy. I'm sorry, for lack of a better example.
Not very good. Dogs and men.
It's
difficult.
basic.
Yeah.
It's difficult. No.
Are you saying
it's
that?
Not
Are you
ignore,
saying
but
that
it's
men
difficult.
have not moved beyond instinct? All right. That answer.
Ladies.
Wow.
I want to start with Mama Yoni.
Why you got to start with me? Now I'm Native tonight, because oh my God.
I want you to start with, first off, I want everybody to do this. I want you to start with her disposition and then from his disposition. I want you to give your opinion on both. Let's go.
Okay. So to me,
to you.
In a society where you have to consider that we all have some sort of religious belief, and we all have, as women, we all have the desire to be wanted, to not be cheated on, to be in a monogamous relationship. Her very first statement about men being polygamous just based on the sperm count and their ability to produce sperm in the millions on a daily basis, where women can only produce one egg per month. To me, it sounded like she was basically saying he has the right to do that. It doesn't mean that he is not faithful. And I get her point. I understand her point. I'm just not with her point. Um, I understand it makes a lot of things that have happened over the years make more sense based off of her personal analogy of the situation. Because if a man loves a woman, he does do those things. He does protect and care for her. But emotionally, it's a different thing for men. That's why we have so many problems as women connecting with men. That's why so many women have the issue of feeling like if he's not sexing me well, he doesn't love me. If he's not making me orgasm, he doesn't love me. It's an emotional attachment. We're attached emotionally if we get really great sex because we are not used to it. And where men are not emotionally attached to the orgasm, that brings in a problem. I really understand his point because he's defending the male species, because what she said was that men haven't moved beyond instinct. I don't think that that's a fair assessment, because you have men who have never cheated on the woman that they were with and been in happy, healthy relationships for years. And I think he was very offended that she, you know, compared men to dogs. Like, you can teach a dog not to bark, but he's still going to bark. Was really kind of condescending to men as a whole. I'm interested to know what Shantae thinks about it.
Let's
I
go, Tay
really
Tay.
am.
Put me under the bus.
I'm not putting you under the bus, baby. You have always have great opinions, and I really want to know how you feel about that.
You know, it's okay. I'm gonna say this first. One thing I will say that I respect about her, I respect the I respect her presentation. And what do I mean by that? This is set agree or disagree to the side for a minute. The fact that she came with, because I'm science minded, so the fact that she came with some scientific information, I do appreciate, right? Because what most of the time when people have this conversation, you hear this is not new that you hear men are just naturally drawn to cheat. They just are, right? With no kind of basis to it, no kind of they just are. Well, why are they? Okay, so now let's bring the agree or disagree back into
Brought
it.
logic to the
She brought logic to
conversation.
it, and I can appreciate that. Now, I guess her argument would make more sense if every time a man cheated on his woman, we didn't care about it. But that's never the case. We in a committed relationship. We're in what we thought was a monogamous relationship. The man steps outside of it and we're hurt. We're angry. We're devastated. There's something off about that. Now, there are some women, there is a school of thought among some women that says men just cheat. That's what they do. The whole point is for them to come home to you. I am not a part of that school of thought. If you can't make the choice in the sophisticated human mind that we now have, because we're not cavemen and we're not Neanderthals and we didn't evolutionize a little bit. If you can't make the clear and present choice that if you decided and agreed to be committed to me, that's what you're gonna be. I don't care about me being home when you come home from running the streets. We are not going to do this. So regardless of how many sperm, now this will be my other argument, and I get that she said men produce a million sperm to our one egg, but understand something: the egg has a fortress around it like none other. He shoots out those millions of sperm, but it's only one that's able to get through. What does that tell you? That's the extension of the argument. Yeah, he can produce millions of sperm, but there's only one egg and one sperm that cause fertilization to begin. So what message is there in that? The other ones get stuck. They turn around and go the wrong way. Half of them die. They dumb as shit. as far as sperm goes. So where is that in the argument? There's a lot to be said for scientific premise, but there's also a lot to be said for human decency and respect. So you can try to scientifically argue your way out of the fact that yeah, men are gonna be who they're gonna be, and men, boys will be boys, and they're gonna cheat. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, my love, it's still bullshit. You make a choice. If you gonna stay, then you gonna fucking stay. If you want to run them streets, then you run them streets. I'm just not the bitch for you. That's all it is to it.
Come on, talk to me.
I love that, Tay.
Right.
That,
Love
that
her.
that that was beautiful. That was beautiful. But like you said, only one. It can, like you say, they produce a million, but only one, and that's the one that's the strongest and the one that endures to know the right place to hit that egg at the right moment.
She said the
Because
right
it,
place to get
it,
it.
but no,
It's
because on the
true.
egg, it is. There is a part of the egg, not it is in a different
No,
place.
it's
But that
just the
part
way
of the egg
I'm
that
just
hit that
laughing because you
egg,
just made
you
that
got
into
to
a little freaky thing when that
you
right
got to
when you
hit that spot. You got to hit the right
right
spot at the right
that
time.
right
If you don't hit it
chicken
at the
that
right
right
time,
chicken rooster.
shut up, Russ.
Go ahead, go ahead,
I
go
The-
ahead.
can't stand
but
him.
I know I can't either. But speaking on a different level with what she came from and how she came from a different level from when you have women of an African culture like that. They're usually not ones to be freely speaking as they do, because a lot of women they don't allow to speak freely. You're to be seen and not heard with an in a lot of African cultures. I've been there, and I can speak from that standpoint of being an American in an Africa married into an African culture, and it was very different where it was you are to be seen and not heard, because in a lot of retrospect of they look at us as we're dumb Americans, we don't know anything. And when my ex-husband found out that I knew more than what he thought, and I taught him more than what he knew. He didn't like that. It was a thing of I was going against the grain, and that was their issue. It's you're to be seen, you're not to be told and on that pedestal. And a lot of people told him, "You have a strong American woman that's going to teach you some things that you're not going to like, and she going to tell you some things you definitely not going to like, and she's not one to be covered and put in place. You're not going to be able to muzzle her." And that was a thing he did not like, because I wasn't that one to say, I want to be quiet. But in the retrospect, when she said a man will cheat, all men don't cheat. It's then the like you say, the genes of a man is not that instilled in their program to cheat. When a man finds that one that is doing him and treating him like he needs to be treated, and all of his, like they say, all of his needs are met, he's not going to go and look somewhere else. If he knows, okay, I got my peace, I'm not being stressed, I got my peace, I can come home every day, and everything I do when I come home, I'm not worried about, well, you got to hear this for or when you come home, it's peace. That's what they look for. Men look for the most in peace, that the person they can find that most of, like they say,
Hallelujah.
when they come home, I like I say, I know me. I'm one of the ones that I can get you riled up. But it's not a thing of getting you riled up intentionally. It's sometimes getting you riled up to say, "Oh, okay, she got a little feistiness in her." Like, like when I mess with Russ, when I mess with you, Russ, it ain't always about me really, really getting you riled up like that. I do it just to kind of get a rise out of
Just
you,
to
just the
fuck with
best
me.
with you, because I love you. And it's like if I didn't do it, you'd be like,
It
okay,
makes me
what?
happy. I enjoy it.
When I don't do it
I,
to you, you would be wondering like what is really wrong with Ida. When I don't get you on that, I know you'd be like, okay, something ain't right. Like
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on? For me
yeah,
not
that's
to
because
do
I
it
didn't
to
have to
you,
deal with it. No, 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 no. I ain't gonna do that.
but let me
Let me
finish
say,
anyways.
no,
But
no,
yeah,
no,
but
no,
from
no,
his
no. You came
retrospect,
here with
okay,
some more bullshit. I'm not about
I
to
know I
let you
love
go.
you. I love
Let
you.
me
I
let
love
me
you.
tell you about this motherfucker Ida at the bottom. When I first met Ida and brought her on to the show, she was the
He thought I was
sweet,
quiet.
she
Man,
was
bro,
the
please.
sweetest little motherfucker. And then all of a sudden she started hanging around Shantae, Mama Yoni, you
No,
know.
no. I was always at. You just got to
Well,
get you. I had to
Uh,
excuse
bring you
me. Excuse
in.
me.
I got to bring you in first.
I'm trying to tell you,
Excuse me. You can
I'm telling you
know.
what I'm telling you what I know, y'all. Y'all can talk y'all shit. Y'all can repeat
Excuse
me all y'all
me.
want. I'm telling you what I know.
That's not true.
No, I'm telling you. We start this show off. I would get the most wonderful. I'd wake up in the morning and Ida would be like, "It's just a wonderful day. I am just so thankful that you decided to make me a part of the show." And I'd be like, "Ida, that's okay, girl. You cool."
I
Then
was.
after a while, Shantae started fussing at me, and I had to, me and Shantae got that relationship. She say something, I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up," and we just go with that. Then me and Mama Yoni got a different type of. Mama Yoni is the only motherfucker on the show that can every once in a while check me just a little bit. She's the only one.
And I'd be so glad to see it. I'm
You,
so
you feel what
glad.
I'm saying? And then we
Mm.
got that nigga Tish. And y'all know what Tish do. Tish might fuck around and walk past this motherfucker half naked and shit. And
You leave Tish
anything.
And
alone.
we
But she was around all these bad influences for like 2 months. Then all
Who,
of a sudden,
me?
yeah, you. And then all of a
Because I was on
sudden,
the show before Tish ever came.
no,
So
no, no,
yeah.
no, no. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. Over time, after being surrounded by these influences, it's like Darth Vader. Darth Vader was
did you
actually a Jedi.
just call us bad
Yep.
influences?
He
Listen, Darth
did.
Vader.
But guess
Darth
what, Tay?
Vader.
It was. I was
Shut
just
up! Don't make
reading
me mute y'all.
everybody.
I ain't used the mute button in a long time, but it still works. And a long time ago, Darth Vader was a good Jedi, and then this motherfucker turned into Eater. That's what
Did
he
he
had.
compare me to? He called me
Yeah,
Dark.
Oh,
Like really?
yeah, I'm
Okay,
watching
I
this.
got you.
I'm watching the Obi Wan. I'm
He
watching the
done
Obi
called
Wan.
me Dark Vader. Let me give you something real quick. And don't be trying to mute me. Let me
Yeah, the
explain
force
something
is
to
with
you.
you.
The first time when I first got with you, yeah, the force finna be with me real quick. Because when I
Mhm.
first came on, when you first saw me and you said, "Oh, I was a little sweet thing," no, it wasn't about being sweet. It was about getting a feel of who was what and what's what, and say,
Oh
"Oh,
Jesus!
I fit in just right. This is family." So
Uh,
yeah, that's why when you first thought I was so sweet and innocent, I won't portraying that part. I was chilling to see. Okay, I got to get a feel for everybody. Okay,
just proved my
take.
whole point. You just set me.
Mm-mm,
You just
mm-mm.
proved my whole point.
Always, I've always been who I. But my thing
You
of it is, you assumed. You
what you just said
assumed.
was what you
No,
just
you
said was
assume.
I
No,
got
what
on you.
you
Uh,
assumed was that I was the little quiet and
no,
sweet. I ain't
this
never
is
say
what
I
you
was
just
sweet and
said.
innocent. Cause
What you
trust and
just said
believe, I
was
know I got some darkness to me,
what you
but
just
I
said
want the sweet
was
and innocent
yeah.
at all times.
You,
But I can be what
yeah, you can
I
talk all
need
you
to
want
be.
to. I can mute you too. But this was what the motherfucker just
See,
said.
Tay, you see, that's
She said
Darth Vader right there.
she
That's the
said
devil
when I came
himself.
on stage, she think I'm playing. She think I'm playing. When she first came on this motherfucker, she talking about shit. I was learning the show. No, you was on this motherfucker being so sweet, so sweet. And you know another motherfucker who is Nada. Nada's another motherfucker. Nada started out so sweet. Then every
you
once
leave
in a
her
while,
out of this. She is not
Yeah,
here to
she's not
defend
here to defend
herself.
that's
herself.
because Nada is somebody church right now, making somebody, fall out
She
in the spirit.
she
Don't mean
is
to say the
praising
hate.
the Lord, and that's wonderful. You better leave her
Fuck
alone.
y'all.
Russ hating.
I'm ready for my next clip.
Well, play the
Now,
next clip then.
Quit
shut
running
up.
your mouth.
So rude
Shut
it is.
the fuck up. Matter of fact, before we go to the next clip, read these comments, goddamn it, Either do something right. Now watch her. Watch it take 30 seconds.
Damn.
Watch it take. She reads the comments every time. Let them take her 45 seconds to get there, cause she want to
Okay.
argue.
Bite me.
Hallelujah.
So LaShonda comes with saying, because if y'all were not here, if you're tuning in late, Russ has been all the new stuff that Russ has in the background, which is lovely. That hustle time he got from Burlington. He went to Burlington and spent almost $500 over the past 24 hours, y'all. Just
Yes,
a
I did.
FYI on lights and everything else. We love them.
But not
So
just Burlington.
as
Burlington.
LaShonda said, so
Burlington.
Burlington has Target buying power now. Yes, it does, LaShonda. And we want to congratulate our sister, the diva, Miss Shantae Towns. Ow! Tousle of her new Diva and Journey pieces on Facebook now. You guys make sure you come out and support my sister. She said inbox her for pics and prices, please. We appreciate you. And LaShonda told her congratulations. Mama Yona said, yeah.
No, one
And
one
we
quick
have,
question. Can I tell you,
yes,
did you
sir.
post the information in the chat?
Mhm.
Post it right now, baby.
He did. She did.
She did?
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. I want
Yeah.
to make sure
Yeah, that's why I can read it. That's why I can see
that
what
money.
it's saying. It's down
To get that
further.
money.
And we're gonna get that money, boom. And
You
of
don't
course,
listen.
I know, boo. And of course, the Lion King talking about
Hustle.
church. We went to church for a little. Yes, with Mr. Man. Mama Yoni said, "Say that rare." She said, "Damn." For those that didn't know. And then we have Latia that came back with, "Wow, build a hole." And when he said mother, he didn't say mother, but mother. It will mess you up.
I
And
love his
Tyrone said,
accent.
yes, mother. And then Tyrion said the brother was speaking facts. I see this type of behavior working with students all the time.
I
Yes,
bet you do,
all
girl.
the
Oh
time.
my God.
I salute you, brother, because
Tyrone know this. Tyrone
Ty,
know.
Ty, Ty, I
Tyrone
salute
up
you,
in the
Tyron,
Ty,
same shit.
Tyrion. Ty, I salute you, bro.
Tyrone, we the same boat, bro.
Yeah.
We fuck with that.
I couldn't
Yeah.
be a
And
teacher. I be
LaShawn,
done snatched up so many kids.
whoo, girl. Yeah,
It's a
I
method.
lose my
No, no,
religion.
you wouldn't. It's a method too. I'm telling you, you
Mm.
got the attitude. Listen, I'm gonna teach. I've been in that position. You have that attitude that at the beginning of the year,
Mhm.
and it depends on how long you've been at the school. If you when you first if you first come to the school, they gotta learn you. But if you've been there for a while, nah, they wouldn't fuck with you. Like, I'm telling you, these kids read motherfuckers better than adults read motherfuckers.
Mm.
I taught briefly and I taught adult students, which is not too much different from high school, honestly. And I
Not,
still
not,
have
It's
students
not. It's
to
not.
this day, like we're friends on Facebook, and they'll still say, thank you so much for, talking to me and set me straight. I would pull them aside and be like, listen, I'm gonna need you to quit tripping and figure out what it is you're trying to do right now. Cause we're not, you know what I'm saying? Like you talk to, you try to mentor them and encourage them. And they, they was, and I appreciate that because you don't know if you getting through or not.
yeah, because you be at this point like I'm about to fuck you up. Go ahead, finish these comments right quick.
And then, of course, Lashonda comes back with parents, and sometimes the kids will go off too. Yes, they do. We were talking about the village.
LaShonda, can we slap the kids though?
Oh
I hit I snatch a, I
no!
will hit a
You
kid.
I
Can we
snatch a
snatch them up?
kid. We
Can we
can
snatch them
snatch them.
up?
Yes.
Can we
No,
choke, we choke them on the collar?
No,
Okay.
no. You just got to snatch them real quick. And
Okay.
Lashonda said you're supposed to get to know your surroundings. Russ be wilding. Yes, that's Lashonda. He does. Yes, he does.
I don't give a fuck.
I, I I mean, my mom always taught me observe. You don't just jump in deep feet, head first, because you never know what's in the bottom of it. You break your neck, be paralyzed. But Russ won't let me
No,
do
Hey,
that. He
Ida.
wanted me. Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Ida.
Yes,
Deep
love.
water.
Yes.
I'm
Steve,
hey,
drowning.
yes.
hey, check this out.
Oh, Lashana said no. You pay another kid to do it for you.
That's a good idea.
No, no, I ain't
There
paying
you
no.
go.
No. See, I'm shut up, y'all fucking up. I'm about to do it even worse. All right, now, I want to have this conversation because I'm sitting here while y'all was talking, and I bought
Uh-oh.
this. Listen, I bought this painting,
Hustle.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So while y'all was talking, I was sitting here reading the definition,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, you can read. That's so
Oh,
nice.
I
you
know.
dirty motherfuckers, fuck you. All right. Listen, every
Hercules,
time I try to,
Hercules.
why every time I try to fucking say something, y'all come in here talking shit to me. That's why we can't get along. All right,
Well,
listen.
well,
Shut
Russell,
up,
usually the reason that happens is because you've done that to them so many times.
Mama Yoni.
They,
Mama Yoni.
when they get in, they fit in.
You listen, Mama Yoni. Just because you're not on
Yes,
screen,
yes, yes, honey.
just because you're not on screen today, I'm gonna let that ride. But when you come back on screen, I'm gonna get your ass. I want you to know that. All right.
You can't get this ass what you pay
I'm,
for.
I don't want to. I don't want to get that ass.
Oh,
No, because you into some freaky shit. I don't want to get.
You started it though.
you
Fuck
started,
that.
Russell.
No, fuck that. Now I'm about to. Can
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
get
be
into my
good.
topic? Because this is a spur
No.
of this is a sway in the conversation. All right.
Okay.
The word hustle is a verb, and this
Mm,
is the definition of hustle: to have the bravery, confidence, charisma, and determination to persevere until you achieve the opportunities you want in life.
Hush
Now, I'm
don't
sitting
pockets
here,
work for us.
and it's a noun too. Mm-hmm.
listen to me. Listen. I'm sitting here thinking about how we think of the word hustle and how the word hustle is perceived in the streets.
Oh, okay.
Hustle is perceived as I get out here and I'm in these streets. I'm out here, doing something illegal. But that's not the
Not the hustle.
determination of hustle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's to have the bravery. Because like I tell this to people all the time, it's those words that you don't pay attention to. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's the word the to have
Mm-hmm.
the bravery, confidence,
Confidence
charisma, and
and
determination
determination.
to persevere
Mm.
until
Right there.
you achieve the opportunities you want in life.
Perseverance. That's the key word.
Okay.
Get it, Russ.
Eda,
Yes, sir.
what are you hustling for?
What am I hustling for? I'm hustling for that peace of mind to where I can live life and not have to worry about a care in the world and not be struggling. I want to be where I'm free, struggle free, and not having to worry about care in the world that anything that anybody need and coming and say, "Hey, we need you to do such and such." It's already done.
Mama Yoni,
Yes, darling.
what are you hustling for?
I am hustling for the ability to come and go and do as I please with no
Mhm.
constraints, no restrictions,
Yes.
and the ability to just be in a calm, laid back position. I think that I deserve, and I think everyone who has ever worked hard, raised kids, been married, had tragedy, had life happen to them. I think that every one of those people deserves happiness. And my version of happiness right now is that would be it. That's what I hustle for. That's what I do it for. I do it for the ability to do what I want when I want and how I want without having to answer
Yes.
to anyone. The person that I would even consider answering to is 5 years old, and she calls me
Oh,
grandma with an East Coast accent. So
grandma.
whenever she called, yes, baby, whenever she called and say, "Grandma, can I read you a story?" I'm like, "I'm coming right through here, baby. I'm coming right there. You don't even have to tell me.
Oh,
I'm gonna drive to you right now."
oh.
That's what I hustle for. I hustle for her. She not even mine. My kids are grown, but my grandkids are my entire life. And
Mhm.
I live to see them as much as possible. And that's all that I hustle for. It's all about them.
Shantae, what you hustling for, baby?
Oh, I hustle for my baby.
Mhm.
I hustle to make her understand and to help her constantly realize her value and her worth. I hustle to be an example,
Mhm.
to let her know that outside circumstances will change all the time, but who you are at your core
Mhm.
is what matters. Part of that definition says to persevere.
Mhm.
It's going to be some things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be some shit that
Tell
goes left. It's going to be some stuff that's going to hurt. It's going to be some stuff that don't make no sense. But at the end of the day,
Mm,
who you are at your core
mm.
is what helps to get you through. It's
Yes.
very easy to hang it up. It's very easy to throw in the towel. It's very easy to give up on life. And unfortunately, so many of us have given up on life. We're not living, we're just existing and
Mm,
surviving. I hustle to live, not to just not to just be here and kind of just let life happen. I want to make the choices in my life. I want to build a life for me and my daughter that says that we are not just here blowing with the wind, but we're here to make a statement. We're here to be heard and to be seen. God
tell
didn't make me just to kind of be a leaf blowing around. God made me to be a voice. God made me to be an example, just like He did for her. So I
Mm,
hustle for that to constantly be our reality.
See, what I'm sitting here thinking about, and I'm gonna read this definition one more time. The word hustle means to have the bravery,
mm.
confidence, charisma, and determination to persevere
Yeah.
until you achieve the
She
opportunities you want in
in
life.
life.
Now, check this out.
Mm,
I'm sitting up here thinking about my own personal life, and I'm thinking about this word hustle. Have I had bravery? Yeah. Have I had confidence? Yeah. Have I had some sense of charisma? I'd say yeah. Have I had some determination? I would say yeah. But then when it gets to preserve until you achieve the opportunities you want in life, I wasn't always there. So I had elements of a hustler, but I didn't have hustle in
Mm. Mm.
com- until I was able to look at certain things and face them head on. A lot of times in
That
my
part.
earlier life, I would have adversities come towards me, and I would either react out of anger or I would just shy from the situation. That was not, I wasn't persevering until I achieved the opportunities I wanted in life.
Mm.
Jobs. I would go to jobs at a young age, and if somebody said something to me that I did not like, fuck this job. I get up and walk out on lunch break and still expect my little payment for the last check, but not think about the rest of my fucking life.
Mm.
Now I'm at a point in life where I face things that I may not necessarily want to face,
Mm.
but I have to have that determined persevere until I achieve those opportunities I want in life. Like we started to show off with me, like this is so. We started to show off just buying this picture and buying a little thing in my crib, right? But I'm sitting here thinking about how what I bought and what it means to me. I bought art, but all of the art that I bought meant something to me. The clock meant time to me. Lion represented me. The hustle represents me. The scriptural pieces that I have, they represent me. That all is derived from my hustle. I never would have been able to achieve having this shit up, having a show, having equipment if I did not have a hustle, even though during the process of trying to build what we building has not always been easy.
Mm.
It has been some difficult days doing the show. Just before we did this show, I had a conversation with somebody right before the show. They said, "Yo, you sound exhausted." I said, "I sound exhausted before every show."
Mm-hmm.
Niggas, just because you see me on the show and you see me have people on the show. I said 9 times out of 10, we on the air 15 minutes before the show. And I may say 15 words
Period.
during that whole time.
You asked me just today. You all right? Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, because sometimes y'all see us on the air and y'all see what we present, the production that we try to present to y'all, but y'all don't know what it takes to do the production that we do. You don't understand having to carve out a particular time for some of us twice a week to come on the air and entertain y'all, whether it's 3 people listening or it's 100 people listening, whether we get 200 views on the show or whether we end up getting a miraculous 1,000, because we do get those numbers. Don't get that wrong, because we do. I can go show you right now, and I haven't paid for any promotions because I had that conversation once before. I got to the point where I was like, for shit, I want to get a core group of motherfuckers that fuck with us, and then I'm gonna pay for the shit.
Yeah.
Because the core group is gonna bring the other people into it. You understand what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm paying for a service that allows every comment to be seen. We acknowledge every comment. Well, guess what? If this show blows the way that I see this show blowing, by me putting this hustle in, we're not gonna be able to read every comment. It'll be impossible if it goes to the vision that I see. But I gotta have a vision for the hustle. Mama Yoni, you still with us?
So
what would you say
Yes, I
about
am.
what would you say about having the vision for well, not even having the vision? What would you say about getting to the point from existing to actually hustling and having that hustle for what we see it to be today and not what we know it to be from the streets? What would you what would you do? This is a key question. What would you do differently in your life if you thought of one thing that would change your whole hustle and your whole aspect of where you are right now? What would that thing have been?
That is a very good question, and it's also a very difficult question to decipher. I can't think of one single thing because one single thing for me always leads to another. It's never, one sided.
I got you.
So, excuse me, I had to give a speech recently, and part of that speech asked me, part of the
And it was
question,
wonderful.
thank
Sorry.
you. Part of that was me being asked if I could change anything. If I knew, knowing what I know now, if I knew it way back when, would I change anything that I did to be where I am now? And my answer would be no. Because even if I had the hustle mentality then, I didn't have the knowledge that I needed then to be what I wanted to become. So if I changed anything that I did to get where I am, it would change who I am as a person. I kind of like who I am as a person. And it would also change the people who I knew to get to that place. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's not one single thing that I could change that would change the outcome of my hustle at this point, because that would mean I may not have my kids. I may not have my grandkids. I may not have my life. I may not have ever been married. I may not have ever got to meet the people that I met. So I can't really tell you that there's one thing that I could have done differently, or one thing that would not have impacted 100 different other things in my life that would make my hustle change.
My answer is a little bit different because due to certain people that I have had that I've dealt with in life, right? They some of those people that I've met have altered certain things that I have the way that my life has transpired to be. Now, like, am I happy now with where I am in life? I am. But do I think I would have chosen differently? If I would have had the bravery, the confidence, the charisma, the determination to persevere until I achieve, where would I be now? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think about, like, even with the show, there have been times where I've had the show, dealt with certain people, and because it didn't work out with them, I got discouraged. So I came away from it for a little bit. But I'm like, yo, what would have happened if I just would have just kept hustling through it all? What if I just would have had it in me at that? If I would have had what I have in me now, maybe 5 years ago, where would I be now? And that's where I challenge myself today to be a better person for tomorrow.
That's understandable and acceptable. But look back at what you just said. 5 years ago, you were different. If you knew today what you know, what you knew 5 years ago, if you knew it then, what would that have changed?
Well, some of
What
those
would
things.
it have changed? Because
Well,
if you would you have met the same people?
listen,
Would
this
you
what
have fallen the same way?
listen what I'm saying. Some of that, I understand what you're saying, and that works in a certain aspect, but in another aspect, certain things that I was doing in life and the people that I was dealing with, they were hazardous to me. You understand? Just because I learned just because I learned the lesson doesn't mean that that was a lesson that I'm glad that I learned. You know, like, I got you, Shantae. My life is had many facets to it, from the street life to the church life to the production life. I've seen a lot of shit. And in those, in all of those areas, there are certain decisions that I could have made that could have kept me from certain harms. Kept, even in the situation of having children, I love all my children, right? Love them to death. But did I make the right decision dealing with the mother at the time that I dealt with the mother, and having a child at the time that I had the child? Because the child had to deal with not what I was going through, not just what I was going through, but what the mother was going through too. So if I made better decisions in my life and made, stood up and been a better man at certain points of my life. Not saying that I'm not, happy with where I'm at now. Well, damn, well, I'm happy where I am. Would I be happier if I did not make certain decisions?
Can I interject something right there for you?
Shantae was
Oh,
first. Shantae was
oh,
first.
sorry.
Come on, Shantae.
So I want you to go with me for a minute. This is where us as not only a people, when I say a people, I mean our people as far as our culture, I always bring it back to my people. But just as human beings, I think this is where some of us get stuck. Hindsight is always 2020, correct?
Fact.
We always look back and say, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Dang it, wish I had a shoot, maybe I shouldn't have, right? But this is the point of it all. And this is what we have to recognize. Every step along the journey, even if it was a misstep, was still to get us to a destination. We get stuck with our head turned around backwards about what we should have did different, as opposed to staying present and saying, yeah, I know that I look back and I'm like, that was kind of stupid, but it got me to where I am now.
Okay, I hear that.
I spelled the name of my line DIVA as an acronym for a reason. Diva journey comes from determination, innovation, vision, and affirmation on my
Say that again.
journey.
Say that again.
Determination, innovation, vision, affirmation.
That's fire.
Because the journey is not about where you end up. It's about the steps along the way. What can I take from each step on this journey? I'm determined to stay looking forward. I have a vision for my life. And every time I move in that purpose, it gets affirmed.
Come on
It
now.
is about the journey. So we have to stop looking at things constantly as mistakes and wrong choices. And the reason I say that is because what that leads to is guilt, resentment, and remorse. You can't grow constantly feeling guilty about what you could have done differently.
Say
What
that
you
again, please.
recognize, and you cannot move forward and grow constantly feeling guilty and wishing you could have done it differently. What you recognize is you did what you knew to do at the time, and what you did at the time still led you to where you are now. So you stay in the present and
Come
you
on.
stay here and
Come on.
understand that it took me a minute to get here, but I'm here. And the
Mm-hmm.
growth that I made and the
Mm-hmm.
people that I was with at that time taught me a lesson and said, I don't want to be back there anymore. But had I not learned the lesson, I could be back there again.
Come
So I
on.
learned the lesson. I let
Come on.
that go and I keep moving forward on my journey. It's called a
Say that.
journey for
For
a
real.
reason.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all wonder why I call her
Mm-mm.
the y'all wonder why I call her the evangelist, right? Because the whole time she was
We
talking,
know.
and she knows what I do for,
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting here like,
Mm-hmm.
I went straight into, oh, where's she at? F flat, F
Church.
sharp, I mean E flat,
Mm-hmm.
F sharp. I was like, oh, but
Ain't no
bless,
telling.
bless your heart. But listen, I'm not saying that to be on the level of dissing anybody. I'm just saying that for me personally, you remember, okay. Sometimes I think it's good to reflect on your past,
It
where you
is.
where you are now, and where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because if in order to okay, I said your past, where you are now, and where you want to go. In order to get to where you want to go, you have to learn about your past mistakes, how to correct those in the process of getting to
Mm-hmm.
in the present to get to that final stage. You know, that's all I'm saying. I don't want to discourage anybody right now. And I'm not arguing with it. Normally when we got an argument or debate going on, we hit it. I don't want to dispute anything that you're saying. I'm just saying for me personally, when I have those self-reflection moments, it's always a good thing for me
Right.
because every moment that I've had that was a self-reflection moment was a wake-up call for me. When I thought about money that I was spending over here and what I was doing over here and what I could have been doing with it, and it sort of snapped something in my mind and said, "Wait, whoa, well, you can't do that anymore. You got to move in a different."
What does the song say? As I look back over my life,
And I
I
think
think things over.
you feel what I'm saying,
I can
and this is
truly
Think
this,
say
and whoa, listen what I'm saying. I want to stop that. As I look back over
reflection
my
is not a
life,
bad thing.
hold on,
Yes,
listen what I'm saying. As I look back over my life, look
yes,
at those words you said. That's going back,
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I over.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I can truly say
yes,
And
I've
I
been
am
blessed. I
blessed.
got a testimony
Mm-hmm.
because I can sit there and say, may not be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not where I used to be, and
Come
my
on.
mindset
and
is not
that's
where
the
it used
point.
to be.
That's the
My
point.
focus is in another direction, and I'm ready now.
That's
But
the point.
also,
And the
Because
key thing.
so many
Mm-hmm.
of us as a whole, so many of us, when we start to do that reflection, we get stuck back there. That's the problem.
I ain't talking
It's
about
one
them.
thing to it's one
We ain't
thing to
talking about y'all.
reflect on it, right? And then say, but now I recognize where I am,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
So when you
yeah.
talk about hustle and you talk about perseverance, the reflection is necessary, no doubt,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some of us call that shadow work,
Mm-hmm.
right? You go through and you say, why did I make some of the decisions that I made? Because what you're trying to do is elevate yourself to another level so that you don't think about things and process them in the same way. It's called growth, right? That's not the bad
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah,
What
but
happens is when we get stuck back there and we get stuck in the regret and the remorse. And now we're not only are we not looking at our current, we're not even looking at the future because we stuck
Mm-hmm.
back here.
yeah, and
Well.
that's what I was saying. That's why I said the word stuck out to me because it said to persevere. Like I'm all the other beginning, it said to persevere until you achieve the
Mhm.
opportunities you
Absolutely.
want in life.
Right.
Like I be telling folks, it's not always the big words that mean the biggest shit. It's
It's the
sometimes
That's
little
those
it.
it's those it's the
the.
and
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
and the you.
Until is a
Until.
powerful word.
You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Until is a
Until.
powerful word. Some people say, prime example, therapy.
Until
Anybody
my
who goes to therapy, right? They go,
change has come.
well, how long should I go to
Hold
therapy?
on, hold on, hold on. I can't hear. Come
How
on,
long
come on,
should I go
Shantae.
to therapy? Right? Some people ask that. Oh my God, I want to go to therapy, but how long should I go to therapy? Until you get to a place where wherever you thought you needed to fix is fixed. That's how long you go to therapy. Until how long should I keep going to the gym? Until you feel like you've gotten to a place where you're physically satisfied with how you look and feel. Until well, how long should I keep going to church? Until you feel like you've gotten on yourself on a spiritual journey that is satisfying and that is feeding you. Until is an extremely powerful word.
Shit just got real deep around here, huh?
Real quick.
Real quick. Like, because, no matter how old you are, no matter what you're doing, I pray that you got some type of expectations to be better now. Even if you're doing good, you could be doing better. But if you don't have the mindset of better, what do you really have to look forward to? What is your next level of achievement? Where do you break down
What are you manifesting in your life right now? What are you manifesting? What are you bringing to you right now?
And this next clip play is called. All right, I'm just gonna break this down in the simplest of a young lady is well off to have property. So she did what a lot of people do and said, well, fuck this Airbnb shit. I should go ahead and just, rent my little property out. I'm going out of town for the weekend. This is what's going on. And check out, ladies, I want y'all to mute yourselves because I know that this is going to be a talking point after this. The lady, I'm not going to even tell y'all what happened. I'm going to let her tell y'all what happened. And if y'all can ride with this, God bless you. Hold on, let me make sure it's unmuted. I want to make sure y'all hear this.
Yeah. Don't trust no Airbnbs. Okay, so I can't even talk right now. I'm so pissed off. I didn't even know this shit could happen, but this shit is real and shit is really going on. Goddamn, I call myself trying to find a way to goddamn pay off my mortgage a little better, a little quicker, or whatever. So I put this ad out or whatever, saying I was looking for someone to sublease one of the rooms in my house or whatever. It was gonna be supposed to be like this real smooth transaction, whatever. Went on vacation or whatever. The person was supposed to be gone 3 days prior to my return. So I'm talking to my housekeeper or whatever, XYZ. She's like, yo, that person is still here in your house. What do you mean they're still in my house? It's supposed to have been gone. So when I get back and touch down in the city, this is still here in my house, okay? Using to leave. So I didn't know what to do. I'm new to this shit. So I go down and I do there you go, y'all. Straight to the kitchen. I ain't going nowhere. So deal with it. On top of her ass just intruding into my home, she disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been trying to do the right way. I done went down there and got the all the paperwork that I need to do to get her ass evicted out my house, whatever. But that shit is a process. I have to go through protocols and all the other stupid legal blase bull. And then I just got the police just left my house, and I'm like, get this out my house. And they're like, oh, she's a tenant now. She's a tenant. There's nothing. You and the police, okay? My door. That's all I know. Your door. This is my house. How about you get the out of my house? How about that's what you do? How about you get the out of my house? How about you get the out of my house? How about you get? Slam the door. Shit, shit. Excuse me. You can record all you want. All you want, but I ain't going nowhere, okay? So deal with it. This is what I'm dealing with, y'all. I hope Airbnb. So don't trust it. Don't do that. Make sure you know exactly who the you let into your house because it is some freeloading motherfuckers who would just use you. Out my house. And I call the goddamn police. And, oh, she's a tenant. She's a tenant. There's not no tenant in my house. What you mean? This is supposed to goddamn be gone. That's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be gone. The fuck? Is this
Call the police? Call the police, because I ain't going nowhere. Don't touch that door, or I'm calling the police on you, and they're gonna arrest you.
Call it? Did you just? Are you smoking in my house? Are you? This?
She would have got her ass whooped. Hands down. Yeah, she would have came up missing
What kind
real
of shit is
quick.
that?
Hold on.
Yeah, she would have came up missing real quick.
Hold on. Let me just break this down.
It's more?
No, I'm just breaking this down for everybody. So
Won't it be broke down?
Excuse me.
Hold on.
Before you,
I
wait.
want to break this down. I want to break this down.
I know. Just hold on. Pause. Hold on.
Yeah, there you drink. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now listen. That she was going to go out of town, and she had a very nice place. Decided to put it up for the Airbnb shit, right? And in the process, putting it in for the Airbnb, she rented it to somebody. That after the time for the Airbnb to be done, this bitch decided, I ain't going nowhere. I live here now. Bitch, don't come in that little room that you own back there to put me out, or don't knock on my door, and I'm gonna smoke weed in your house in which you don't smoke in the first fucking place. Okay. All right. Now I just wanted to set that little scenario up. Mama Yoni. What would happen if you had an uninvited guest in your place like that?
An uninvited guest will be asked out. I'm not violent, but I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
When I have people that are unwanted in my area and I put their shit out and set their shit out, she'd have went right out there to get her shit and the door would have been locked. And the police would have came. I don't know who she is. She couldn't, she's being way too kind, nice, and proper. Because I'm sure it's some people that she could call.
She'd be coming up missing.
I wouldn't say necessarily missing, but it's some people that could be called.
They'll find her.
She'd be
She
disappearing.
may not look the same she did before she left, but they'll find her.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I walk into my crib and I done rented it out, and they were supposed to be there for 3 days, and I come back to the crib, and somebody else then called me and said, yo, somebody is stealing your shit, right? And I go to that motherfucking place, and the motherfucker get to talking to me like, nigga, I ain't going nowhere. You better not come in, you better not come in this room and then just walk in and sit at my, listen, you talking about that one room, but you come and sit in my fucking living room and sit at my table and light up a blue, I'm gonna fuck you up. You ain't gonna even see it. You're gonna be sitting there smoking, and I'm gonna come up behind you, and whatever happens. That's the best way I'm gonna put it. I ain't gonna put myself on the, I ain't gonna say too much. But if a motherfucker comes to me in my crib where I own that shit, I'm not, she was talking about like the police was talking about, no, fuck the police. Because I'm going to present an atmosphere for her so bad that she ain't gonna want to fuck around and lay down. She ain't gonna want to go to sleep. She ain't gonna trust shit because I'm gonna be at her ass. I'm gonna be at her ass. And then when the police do come to my place, I'm gonna say, yo, I rented this shit out. When I came home, this bitch got to talking crazy and I'm
It
like,
was
bitch,
an intruder in my house.
get out my house, and the bitch didn't want to leave. I put the brakes on that ass. I beat the brakes off that ass. Like whatever the fuck you want to terminate, make that terminology as. You're not going to come into where I own and I pay and come into my shit and talk to me crazy. And I live in an apartment. God damn it, you ain't gonna come into my apartment and invite it, or you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And talk shit to me, let alone not me knowing you from fucking Adam or Eve. Yeah, you're gonna find out how real quick life can get serious.
Mm-hmm. And if she
Because
ain't getting the mail there in certain states, if they don't get mail, they're not attending. So you can file and say they're in violation. If they're not there longer than 30 days, they're in violation.
I want to know what cop told her ass
She was a tenant.
she was a fucking tenant, and you got this is the killer part. If she rented that shit from Airbnb, it should be a fucking record of the Airbnb.
But I don't think she went through Airbnb. I think she went through. She put an ad. She said she put an
Oh,
ad. I think
that
she
was an
did something
Airbnb. That
different.
was an Airbnb. I'm trying to tell you. I know I got my research. The title of this clip is called. Hold on. Let me go ahead and break this down for you. The title of this clip is called "What Would You Do when Woman Refuses to Leave House After Renting Through Airbnb? I ain't going nowhere, so deal with it." That's the name of the clip.
Well,
Uh-huh.
she
Yes.
she ain't got no right because it's in a contract. You got to be out by a certain time. It's just like a hotel. You got to be out by 11 o'clock on a certain day unless you paying. If you ain't paying, you got to go.
Mama
You'll
Yoni,
breach
is
your
you whooping
contract.
our ass? That's what I want to know. I know
I'm
y'all
sorry.
talk. Are you whooping our ass? Like that's what I want to know. Like, cause I don't
I'm
see him.
gonna beat. I'm finna beat the brakes off that bitch. I don't generally fight, but I'm finna beat the brakes off this bitch and throw her ass outside on the front.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't see the point of no conversation.
There is no
Ain't no
conversation.
conversation.
You
The
rented the
second,
shit for however long you rented it. The cop that told me that she was a tenant would have had his ass whooped too. I'd have just called another police officer out there because that don't make sense. Even in the state of Missouri, it's called squatters' rights, but you got to be there 30, 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's a limit. You ain't been there but
not,
nothing but a week. Oh no, you got to go.
I'm stumping the dog shit out.
Right, beat her ass, break her. Ooh,
Yeah, because in some
And
states they do have that. That as long as if they don't have mail, they're not considered a tenant. They're violating the breach of contract.
And
Shantae,
Airbnb is not a lease.
at
Shantae,
all.
You didn't sign no
Not a
lease.
lease.
now Shantae, I'm asking the question before you go into it. You decide that you're gonna rent your spot out, and you can tell that this woman is well off because guess what? When she found out about it, she had already come back home from her vacation, so she got another spot.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
she's sort of decent. You come home, right, Shantae? You come home from
Mm-hmm.
your vacation.
Yeah.
Hear this news about a motherfucker being in your crib.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even go over there to sit down and be cool with a motherfucker, or do you go in that motherfucker rowdy? That's my question to you.
Well, y'all know
Mm-hmm.
me. I try to be professional initially, and I try to be
Mhm,
diplomatic.
mhm.
And I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try to talk to her. What, honey? What's going on? You signed an agreement for 3 days. You don't live here. If you telling me you have no place to go, I'll help you find somewhere to go. But you can't stay here. Now,
You better than me.
after I have done that,
You better than me.
understand what I'm saying to you, and I want you to look at me.
All right.
After I have done that, and you come with that attitude of don't touch the door that you don't fucking own, and
Right.
don't come in the room that you ain't paid for. After
Right.
you do that,
That there.
Okay, Shantae, you better than me.
uh-uh, uh-uh, mm-mm.
Oh,
Okay,
taking off your
okay,
design, taking off
okay,
the designers.
okay,
That's what
okay.
you
Yeah.
at that time.
Understand something. The door is coming off the hinges. All
Uh-oh.
your shit is gonna be on fire in the front fucking yard. I am
Mm-hmm.
dragging you by your shit out
That part.
of my house Call the police, bitch, because it's about to be a problem. You gonna be on World Star. It's about to be viral up in this mug. I am dragging you out
Tell it.
of my house.
Tell it.
Period. Call the popos hole. Call them.
All right,
Let me
Medea.
tell them what's going on. Okay. Let me
See,
tell them that you signed an agreement for 3 days and you decided you weren't leaving. And we didn't make no agreement for a lease, for an actual lease where you pay rent and live in my house.
Mm,
We didn't do that. Try it. Try me.
see,
Try me.
see, see. I want to give you credit right quick. Said that you with them up. Now, if I know contractual, I've rented this motherfucker for a weekend, and I get the call from somebody else
Made.
to come through. Yeah, a maid. Somebody that's supposed to go by the crib to clean the shit up, and they tell me there's a motherfucker in my crib that's not leaving. I'm telling you. You know, that wonderful conversation that you would have had about, like, I'll find you a place. I ain't finding you shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show up. I'm going to church right now. I'm saying church, baby. I'm going to show up. And
Come
I'm going
on.
to show
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
show God.
and I'm going to show out.
I'm gonna show
I'm
God.
telling you, by the time when I saw you, it's a phrase we got here in the city called on site.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Come on.
I see your ass
Come on.
in my crib
Oh, come on.
walking around.
Like
You
you
on
own that
site.
mug.
It never would have even got to the point where you would have walked past and told me and talked to me disrespectfully while I was recording the shit. I wouldn't even been sitting on the couch. You never would have been able to walk into that motherfucker and sit at the fucking table and light up a blunt.
Or a
Door
cigarette
off
or
the
anything.
hinges.
No,
Do you hear
she
me?
wouldn't have been able to breathe. I'm trying to tell you. You sitting up here talking about anything. When I walked into the fucking crib, the second I saw they ass, it would have been a light session. It would have been a red light party going on in that motherfucker. And I would have tore that bitch up. She would not have wanted to stay there any longer.
There's a show
Hold on, let
on
me say this.
Netflix.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna turn it over.
Yeah.
This is the issue that I had with the video. You made this hoe too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Oh shit, you sitting on the couch
Exactly.
recording this bitch talking about how she's disrespecting. We brought this conversation about kids earlier about how parents, if I tell my kid to fucking do something in my house and they don't do it, guess what? It's gonna be some repercussions going on in my house with my kid, let alone a motherfucker I have never met in my life that feels that they can help me in my shit. I already got a low
Any
fucking,
kind of
You
way.
see what I'm saying?
I
You see what I'm saying?
already got a low fucking button, the way like I be, holding my
You see
shit
what
in.
I'm saying?
Shit like that, I'm not holding it in. I'm going over there. I'm getting dressed with, everything I got on is fight wear.
I'm about to have
Everything
brass
on
I
knuckles
get that.
and
ability.
spikes and shit. It's about to be a whole nother thing. It's a show on Netflix. If y'all got Netflix, go look up Horrible Roommates. It's a series
Oh yeah,
called Horrible Roommates. The
girl.
woman took in this man. He did this for a living. He would go and rent his apartment and not leave and harass these people. The woman had to literally make his life a living hell in
Mhm.
order for him to leave.
I'd have fucked.
She found out everything that, so basically he was kind of weird, right? So everything that he didn't like he didn't like cigarette smoke, right? He didn't like loud music. It was all this stuff that he didn't like, right? And she had kept trying to ask him to leave. So what she did was, for like 3 nights in a row, she had all her friends over, music loud as fuck. They were
Mhm.
smoking, they was drinking, and they stayed there like all hours of the morning to the point where it literally drove him out. Now, would I have gone to that whole extreme? Maybe not. But the point is this: you're right. She made her too comfortable. I'm gonna make you as uncomfortable. I'm gonna take the door off the bedroom. I'm gonna take the door off the bathroom. You ain't gonna have a shower curtain, bitch.
No,
I'm not giving you a toilet seat.
no,
I
no.
hope you don't fall
See,
in.
let me
I am gonna make you as uncomfortable as
no,
I possibly
no,
can
no, no,
before
no.
I drag your ass out the door.
See, let me tell you something. I hear what you're saying, and if I'm being saved, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Don't fuck around. But I look at my Bible. I come from, you know, my God is a vengeful God.
He's a jealous God.
See there?
My God is a jealous. Yeah, I'm telling y'all what I know.
I'm about to put itching powder in your shit.
So
I'm
guess
bad
what?
because I'm
Guess
like
what?
revenge.
So even for
I'm
the
horrible.
motherfuckers that's gonna hold on, even for the motherfuckers that's sitting out here talking about turn the other cheek. The turning
No.
of the other cheek for me would have been when I got the fucking phone call. When I walk into the fucking house, I should have the energy of let me pack my shit up and get the fuck up out of here.
Pretty
Not
much.
oh no, fuck that. I'm about to talk greasy to this month. Man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna lay hands on everything moving. Like, listen, I'm not the type of nigga to sit up here and talk about fucking niggas up and killing niggas and doing shit like that. But if I walk into my own house where I'm paying shit and a motherfucker telling me they ain't going,
and I gotta tell you,
have killed all
this
conversation.
woman gives vibes of possibly being a little bit unstable. So you gotta be prepared, right? You gotta be prepared.
No, she would have listen. I'm trying to tell y'all. I would have walked into the door so unstable that her unstableness would have seemed so
Right,
stable.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying
Oh,
is,
like,
if that's my house, right, I know where all the knives are, right.
I'm
If
not
I
even.
got a piece, I know where that is. What I'm saying is, be
I walk in
prepared
the
to
door.
take it as far as you need to take it.
No, look,
Because this ever act like she just
All right,
ain't going nowhere.
listen, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna hold nothing up right now, but I'm gonna use this just as an example. When I walk in the door, I'm gonna be like, yo, you need to get your shit and get the fuck up out of here, right? They ain't gonna even have this out. You need to get you need to get the fuck up out of here. The second a nigga would open their mouth and start talking sideways to me, yo, you better get the fuck up out of here. I came over here to tell you to get the fuck out of here. So this is the thing. You got to be prepared for what the fuck you walk into.
You see what I'm saying?
So
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm going with the mentality of I'm going, like I said a few minutes ago. What I got on, everything that I'm wearing is prepared for war. So when I come in the door, I'm only going to tell you one time to get the fuck out my shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's just like if I go to my car right now.
Marguerite's so silly.
No, she talking about I'm a damn. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
You
Anime.
made me take off my earrings.
Oh, let me let Anime know something. So Anime, if me is Ike and you walking down the street and we're a couple, right? And it's a nigga, and you just so happen to drive that day. And we walk back to the car, and it's a nigga sitting on your car as if it's his shit. And you say, hey, this is my car. And he'd be like, fuck that. I'm chilling.
Oh no.
Do you expect me to look at you and say, well, how you gonna handle that? Or would you be looking at me and saying, I can't, Ike, go crazy. So in this, normally I would be like, I ain't no goddamn Ike. In this instance, I'm wearing my Ike crown. So
Marie said she finna pop a cap in somebody's ass.
You feel what she talking about popping something, and I'm Ike. But I'm trying to tell y'all, if it's your shit, you got every right to say what the fuck you gotta say. All right, we're gonna get to this next clip. Oh man. Yeah. I'm not gonna even set it. I'm not gonna even set it up. I'm just gonna play it. Y'all know when I do that, it's some shit. Here we go.
Okay, girls.
I'm sorry. Bam.
Okay, girls, I'm going to tell you what to do when a high-value man cheats on you. So if you're not having sex with him or you stop having sex with him, he's going to go out and go cheat. And that's when you can use male nature against him. So when he comes back to the house, don't start yelling at him, cussing him out, bringing it up, because he's not going to picture himself with you for the next 6 months. He does not need to put up with that. If he's already having other options, he will leave you. So not just that, but now he knows you're insecure and that your whole world revolves around him and you have nothing else going on. So what I suggest is you make up a plan in your head, like, okay, I'm going to leave him in 3 months, but during these 3 months, I'm going to take as much money as I can from him and cheat at the same time. Do not tell him you're cheating. Whatever you're doing, don't tell him you're cheating. But it will help you sleep better at night, knowing, damn, I'm also cheating on this guy and getting paid from him. That's the biggest. So when you do walk away, You're walking away as a cheating ass bitch with 20K cash. So now you have the upper hand. And always remember this, girl. Whoever you cheat on with, remember, make sure he has more money. Make sure he's a way more valuable guy than the one you have, because we're always upgrading. So remember, if he cheats on you, the only difference is that you're getting paid and you're cheating on him with a better guy. And you end up leaving with the bankroll. You're good. You're good.
You know what? I wish you could see my face.
Come on, talk to me, Mama Young.
What the fuck is she?
Because I'm
What?
sitting with
I wish I could
Listen,
too.
you know what I'm hearing in my spirit.
What are you hearing in your spirit, Russell?
She dumb hoe. Okay.
This is what I'm hearing in my spirit. I'm gonna give it to you, Mama Young.
Give it to me.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on the nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out after you're done. Because that bitch right there is not a bitch you want to have around you at all.
Never.
Listen, if a motherfucker gonna cheat on you, right? Have enough dignity within yourself just to get the fuck out. And go find somebody that you're gonna, even if you got to go through the process of going through and meeting another cheating motherfucker, have enough sense for you. Not because guess what? That scenario she talked about, that shit can turn ugly
Quickly.
Because what if you fucking with a nigga that's cheating on you, but he got a real fucking bad temper?
Exactly.
You don't recognize that shit until he finds out that he cheating, and you talking about you want to leave with $20,000 of his shit.
Oh yeah, he gonna beat that ass.
It ain't even about her getting her ass beat. My thing is, like, 20 grand is a lot of money.
That's
like
death. That's death. You
like,
deserve death stealing $20,000 from anybody.
But
it isn't down for $5 on the street.
You know what? I can't even talk. I'm just done. I can't comment on this because it's too stupid.
You got to. You're not on camera. We got to see your face. We can't see your face tonight.
Oh my God. I just don't understand. I mean, we as women have to make decisions every day about the type of company that we keep. Just because somebody has money doesn't mean that you're going to give me any less respect than the brother with 2 nickels in his pocket and lint in his back pocket. You're going to respect me all the way around, period. And so what if you buy me things? I can buy my own things. I don't require you to do that. But if you're gonna stay around, you find out he cheats, you stay around, and you're gonna try to get an extra 20K out of somebody who obviously don't want you and is looking for greener pastures. Where her mama at, who raised her, who told her that this was a life that she needed to live? Who told her that who said she was that bitch?
Somebody told her that shit.
Somebody lied. Because who want to, seriously? You can't even hold a conversation, complete a fucking sentence. Let me just I'm gonna bring it down a notch because
come on.
I'm real. You know what You know what I just recognized doing this show?
What is that?
We come on the air every week and we play clips and we talk about shit. We are actually counterculture.
You absolutely correct.
Because what the fuck is going on in real time out here in the world, we don't necessarily agree with, even though we have different opinions and different lifestyle choices that we all have on this show. You understand what I'm saying? We all live differently, but we have one thing in common.
We don't deal with the fuckery.
Got enough common sense where the fuck we going in life.
Know your place.
We know what we want to have
station in life.
Our children. We know what have happened with the people that we know who we care about us. I don't know. It's every week we sit up here twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. We have shows. And every Tuesday and Thursday, I am more shocked by what people are doing and why they feel that this is such a normalcy in life. Come on, talk to me, Shantae. Come on, talk to me, Tay. Come on, Jesus. Come on, little Jesus.
Russ, You see this little cup right here?
I see it, baby. Drink with me.
Now, it had some tequila in it. It did.
Hold on 1 second. Give me toast, baby. Come on. Give
It
me
did.
toast.
It did. It has some tequila. You know, did is past tense, right? Did is past tense. Meaning that every week I come on this show.
Every week.
You stress me the fuck out. Okay? And my cup.
Runneth over.
Yeah.
Your
Okay?
cup runneth over. Your cup runneth over.
I done drink it up because I don't understand where you find these people. I don't get. Listen, okay. First of all, you simple bitch. $20,000. You only worth $20,000.
Yeah.
$20,000 is my student loans.
Listen.
You only worth $20,000. Hold on. You only worth $20,000.
Yeah.
This is your strategy. This is what you call your grand plan for staying in some toxic, dysfunctional shit, and you can't see past $20,000. See, this is the problem. Hold on.
I'm about to give it back over to you. I want to add it to your point.
This is the problem. No, this is the problem.
Hold on 1 second.
I need return to sender.
Hold on.
Fool that we saw last week who didn't want to give a girl a ride because she wouldn't give him none, have to take her to Applebee's. This chick right here and all these little games that they've been playing is everybody gets returned to sender. I don't know where the fuck y'all found these people. I don't know what cabbage patch they grew out of, but send them back. I don't reject it.
I want to turn it back over to you. But listen, I want to go to something that you said, and I don't want to go too far from it. She said $20,000, right?
She said 20,000.
But hold on, listen what she said. She said in the process to get that $20,000 to go through a 3-month process
of hoeing yourself out. Bullshit. Yeah. Fuck out of here. I don't understand this concept. This constant thing of as women that we have to use that part of our anatomy to get what we want as opposed to our freaking head. My question to you is this, girlfriend. How long you been with this high value man? What was his hustle? Did you bother to learn the game? I got more respect for a bitch who know how to run the drug game with her man than somebody who lay up and expect somebody to just give her shit all the time. At least you know how to continue the business. What were you learning while he was over there hustling to the point where you won't get this $20,000 that you can't make your own money? Use your brain and stop using your vajayjay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I feel like Reverend Ike right now. Because something just came to my mind. And I want y'all to listen to what I'm going to say. Peace is more prosperous than pussy.
Or penis.
Yeah. Peace is more prosperous than pussy or penis. So that's now we got peas all through this motherfucker. Now, you asked me what I say that for, right? You at home right now with a woman that sucks and fucks you. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? You listen, you at home right now with somebody that you fucking. So they're giving you the penis or the pussy. But you have no peace. So how do you prosper?
You don't.
With someone that, listen, understand, this is my perception of peace. Peace passes all understanding. So, in my life, when I really did not like a woman, and a woman said, "Well, what is it that you like about me?" It was easy for me to say, "Man, shit, girl, you cool," you know. But when it was somebody that really did it for me, when it came down to putting it into words, the words could not fulfill what this person was to me. So I was at a loss for words. So the people that have meant the most to me the very first time that they say, well, what do I mean to you? I'm somewhat stuck. Because when I think about the peace that they bring to me, it passes my understanding. I can't even break down in words what this person is to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I'm crazy about them. I love them. That I'm willing to change if it's something about me that even other people may have brought this to me. There's something about this person that's making me say, well, I think I might need to change this now. I think this other person told me that this was some shit I need to change. There's something about this person that makes me want to say I need to change this now, as opposed to just being the person that I've been. Because listen, I want to make this comment, and I want this to be very understandable to everybody. We all go through stages of finding ourselves, and then we all go through a stage of getting very comfortable with where we are.
Mm-hmm.
But with every blessing, there is a challenge amongst yourself to be in an uncomfortable situation to prosper. You gotta challenge yourself. You gotta have that drive to that nobody else can understand it. You can talk to all of your close friends, talk to them about it, but they don't understand it the way that you see it. Once it comes down to dealing with people that you're dealing with, you gotta be like-minded in some you gotta be like-minded in some aspect. You gotta be able to see the end of the road together, as opposed to this is my vision, this is their vision, and we're still fighting for our own separate visions, but we're trying to be together. No, it don't work that way. It got to be this is my vision, this is her vision. We have an understanding of what, because our visions work in cohesiveness with each other, even though they may not even affect each other. You understand what I'm saying? But the support that's there for that person is way beyond this dick and pussy shit.
Of course.
And this generation is stuck on this dick and pussy shit. They so that's what creates and breeds that mentality of person. Listen,
send them back.
Ida, what you got to say about that?
I don't know where they come from. Just send them back.
Return the sender. Is that what you said, Tay? We're gonna return the sender. Well, like you said, when you're dealing with a person that brings you out and says, like you say, on a previous relationship, whereas you're like, I can't deal with this person don't do it. But when you're in a new relationship and you have a person that's like, yo, like this person makes me change for the better, you fight for it. You like, let me see what I need to do and what it is that is causing me to change and why they having me to change. Like, what is it? Because when you see that you have that change in you and it's for the better, you're like, I want to make this work, I want this to work, and you fight for that. That's when most time, because if it's something that you just deal with, you don't really, you like, okay, it's pussyfooting. But when you have that person say, hey, I got you no matter what, whether you if and a but, if you ain't got but two pennies to rub together and they say, I got you, this is us, and they help you build to where you are and become the empire that you have, that's that person. Like you say, you don't want that person that only wants to be there after everything is done. And you like, if you want there for me from the beginning in the grunt work, don't try to be there for me in the palace. If you want there for me when I had the Porter Foundation, don't try to be there when I have this empire and this skyscraper. You can't live with me in a penthouse if you want on, like you say, and you can't be in the penthouse if you want on the first floor, on the ground floor. If you want there at the beginning, don't try to come for me now, because like you say, who was it? Somebody says it's a song, and I don't remember who it is. You weren't there for me when I was not nobody. Now you want to be there for me when I'm somebody. Yeah, that's how you got people that do that. They look at that.
Well, that's a twofold thing, because guess what?
What,
There's a
babe?
lot of niggas that were back in the day and they still ain't nothing now.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I got
I'm
that.
just,
But you,
I'm just saying,
I got
but
what you're saying.
yeah, but in that process, what I'm saying is, in the process of whoever you are, male or female, you've got to be in a position where you can recognize the foolishness, whatever the fuck it is.
The
There go the
fuckery.
baby. You know, you got to be able to recognize the
So
foolishness,
silly.
whatever it comes from, because it comes from all slack. Like once you get grown, you got to deal with bills, you got to deal with the credit card company. It's so much bullshit that
Right.
comes away that you got to, if at least in your personal life, take a little bit of thought of what you're doing in your personal life. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get to this. Read these comments right quick, and then I'm gonna get to this last clip of the week. And the last clip of the week is called "Nigga Please." Nigga Please. That's all I can say about this last clip.
Okay, we're gonna go with Tasha. Tasha. No, we're gonna start with Hang. Marguerite, and she said, "And to the white meat when we were talking about your girl, done did that before." Tasha said, "Squat, sit, stand. I don't give no fuck. She will be picking up her teeth." Lashana said, "I'd wait till she goes to sleep and put a speaker facing the room she's staying in." Yes, Marguerite said that part. Lashana said, "I would place a speaker towards that room, and start blasting loud music." Tasha says, "Facts." Marguerite says, "Set it off up in him." She was saying, "Preach." Marguerite said, "Preach," when Tate was talking. Tasha said, "Did she scream? Did she scream the heifer?" On site, Marguerite said, "It just got real. They better jump and ask how high." Damn, Ike. She said, "Pop, pop, no talking." Marguerite said, "Wait, is she a woman of the night for sale? What the fuck?" Marguerite said, "Scandalous." Tay said, "Wait, I'm only worth 20,000, pretty much." Marguerite said, "Bras like her give women like us bad names." So true. Tasha said, "She is sad. Facts." Marguerite said, "Bony bitch." She was a little scanty. Tasha said, "An example of a simp." Marguerite said, "Brains." Marguerite said, "SOS, stuck on stupid." And she said, "Making us chronic alcoholics."
Listen, I'm gonna get into this last clip,
Whew, I'm done. I can't.
and
I can't.
it just puts me in that mindset of no matter how hard you work to obtain success, it's always a nigga out that wants to shit on your shine. But ain't nothing like catching a nigga trying to shit on your shine in the process. Here we go.
Hey yo, what the hell you doing? Huh? What you doing? What you doing? Hey yo, Rod, hey your people just left. What you doing? Say, man. What you doing? What you doing? Bro, you know what we can do to you right now? Bro, listen. Keep your hands down, bro. I don't know what to say. Keep your hands down. You know what we can do to you right now? Bro, you tripping? Please don't, bro. Please don't. Trying to make. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, my baby mama got hit last week. Bro, what did you say down, bro? Stay down, bro. You ain't going nowhere, fam. You tripping. Damn. You a free body right now. Like now. You a free body. Man, he don't even know, bro. What you got going on, bro? Like this a bad position to be in. You in front of our house, dog. You wanna hit this house.
This nigga said, trying to get my hustle on. And the funniest thing is, the niggas that he rolled over there with, if you paid attention to the very beginning of the clip, nigga said, huh, them niggas done pulled up and left your ass. Why is it so prevalent for niggas not to get up off their ass and at least create a hustle that don't hurt nobody else? But they so fucking intrigued with the hustle, and it's not even a hustle because we already had this conversation about what hustle is. They have the perception that the hustle is pulling some slick shit on somebody else. Talk to me, Mama Yoni.
I don't know what happened. I was just having a conversation about that very thing. Like, I was talking to my friend and we were talking about when we grew up and how things were. We both had, mother and father at home, really close family. And we were trying to figure out when everything went wrong, when we started losing the men in the community, when the women started being more or less, I can do it on my own and not have to worry about a man type of deal. And, people have conspiracy theories and people can say what they want to say. But the truth of the matter is still what the truth of the matter is. When drugs started coming into our community, it took out a lot of black men. It didn't just take them out by sending them to jail and killing them. It did one of two things: kill them or sent them to jail. Once they went to jail, they were systematically ruined for a number of reasons. Because once you're a felon and convicted, when you come back home, you can't go to school, you don't get a job, you can't get state benefits. So where does that leave you? That leaves you back in the same community that you just came out of. You know what I'm saying? It sends you back into that same dastardly deed of what you were doing in the first place, whether you were using or selling. So unless you know somebody that can get you a foot in, as a convicted felon, you've lost it all. So when the women started being who they were, I'm gonna do this on my own and not needing a daddy around. I don't need that nigga. He ain't shit type thing. This is the type of shit that happened. And you can go back through the decades and see when it really started happening and how the children of the next generation are acting. We messed up. And I'll say I messed up. I didn't want my kids to go through the same shit I went through when I was a kid. I was a little bit more lenient on them. And I see now that not necessarily was a mistake, but the next generation after that, like my niece's generation, the 20-year span, they kids are so fucking rotten. They are so entitled to everything. These kids have every single thing you can imagine: iPhones, iPads, all this stuff. You can't say anything to them without them running to their mama, and their mamas are stupid enough to want to fight. So we have to go back generations to fix the shit that's fucked up. Because we still at this time and this point in time in the game, we still can't have a conversation with the people we need to have a conversation with. I can't go to my nieces and say, hey, I know he a dope dealer. I know you want a dope boy. I know you want the money, the fame, the flash, and all this shit. But how long is it gonna last? Are you gonna be just as dumb? Or are you gonna wait till he go to jail and hope when he come out he gonna marry you? Because he not. He not.
Mama fucking with the dope boy. Guess what?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It's a whole generational cycle. If the mama was listen, my kids lucked out. Yeah, I was a young mother, but none of my kids were like preteen mothers. They were all adults when they got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Because most times when you hear about the grandmama that ain't wanting to babysit, it's because the grandmama ain't wanting to babysit because she's 30. The mama and the great grandmama, you got 4 generations, and the grandmother is on the great great grandmother is only 60 years old. Why? Because a 15-year-old had a kid, who had a kid at 15, who had a kid at 15, who had a kid at 15.
And that's only a 45-year period.
Exactly. And she not. My kids are grown and having babies, and my grandkids are in various ages. But guess what? I babysit when I want to babysit, but I'm not that type of grandma. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell them, oh no, we can't do that because I gotta go party type thing. Yeah, these people, they not. But I would never tell my kid. I would never do that because I love my grandkids. My kids will tell you I don't give a shit about them, but I love the shit out of my grandkids. And until you actually have a grandkid, they do not understand. They don't get it. They don't understand how you love them so much. How do you just love the grandkids so much? You didn't love me like that. Okay, it's a whole different story, but you figured out. But we gotta get to a point where we can have a conversation. The problem is they don't even feel like they need to have a conversation because they feel like they've elevated themselves enough where they should be able to do and say and act how they want to do and say and act. But that's the same thing that's getting you popped in the street. Not by people you know, by the police, by the people you know, by the people you don't know. You're losing your life over shit that's stupid and you don't even realize it's stupid.
Yes.
All to say that I'm grown and I want to do what I want to do. When you don't know how to piss out a pot.
And a window to throw it out of.
Neither one. Dope dealers still today still got the same uniform they had 20 years ago. Some brand new tennis shoes, saggy jeans, and a wife beater or a white tee. When you gonna get past that? You beefing over talking about stealing from a community or area that you don't even live in, you don't pay taxes in, you don't pay bills in, you don't even support the community. You ain't got enough sense to know after all of this time you're gonna get caught up if you got 10 stacks in your pocket. You don't know how to put it in a bank, you don't know how to invest it, you don't know how to get a cash app card and get get the payment from that. Why you got to have cash walking around? Because you can't pay so much stuff. You gonna have me going on a tangent and the show is already at 2:30. Come on now. Come on, Rush. Dude, make this a whole nother show because I can talk about this for hours.
Well,
An
you know,
hours, an hour.
We can do this for
it's
hours.
it's the last clip of the night. You know, like
Baby.
you know, like
Just making me get ugly.
this is the scariest part. Before we can talk about the kids that are damaged, we got to talk about the adult that's damaged. Everything that the adult does leaves an imprint
For the
on
kid.
on the kid. So, you know,
Right.
with our show, we talk about a lot of shit from polyamorous lifestyles to sex to just basic sex to fucking police. We talk about it all on here. But the thing for me is trying to reach motherfuckers that's at that age where they should be catching it. I understand this, you know, a younger generation out here, but I feel personally, our job every week is to talk to a motherfucker that might be 30, just feeling like they grown, realizing how grown that they already are at 30.
Right.
Not realizing, you know, at 46, I view life completely different. I think about things at 46 I never thought about at 20. I never thought about my existence on life on this earth. How long at 20? I had the rest of my life to play with. But somewhere in the middle of that transition from living life like there was no tomorrow to accepting that tomorrow is already on the horizon. I cannot stop time. I can only, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I can only manage the time that I have. And in the process of managing that time, I've changed completely as a person. Because that 20-year-old Russ, that 30-year-old Russ, he wanted it all. He wanted the glam, the glitz, the music. You know, I wanted it all. The 45-year-old Russ still has the same passions for certain things. But when I think about the music game, and as much as I wanted to be in the music when I was a young guy, now looking at the music game for what it is and seeing, you know, like we're in that day and age where we watch documentaries on motherfuckers and, you know, find out that the greatest singer of all time, Whitney Houston, was a fucking dope head. And Bobby Brown, which when I was a kid, I wanted to have my prerogative and I wanted to walk around. I had the Gumby slope. I did all that shit when I was a kid because I followed that trailblazing era of time. But the people that I followed, not just them, so many other people in that industry had to give up so much just to be the person that we know them to be now. So do I have the same love for music? Yeah, I still tracks right now. Niggas be like, when is it coming out? And my answer is, I'm sitting up here waiting for it to be finished. When I was younger, I left the studio, put that shit out tonight because I didn't recognize what was good, what was great, what was worth it. Because back then, especially in the rap game, shit, some songs I put out, I wish I could have pulled them back. I watched the interview last night where some rappers were talking about they had beefs with motherfuckers and they went to the studio and they recorded a song. And the engineer told them, yo, nigga, I'm erasing that. And dude was like, man, fuck that. This nigga, I'm mad at this motherfucker. Then he said a couple months later, he ran into the dude and they worked it out. He said, but what would have been the atmosphere if I would have put out the song? Every decision that we make has a repercussion. When your phone rings and you're looking at a motherfucker on that phone, guess what? There's a repercussion to that conversation that you're going to have. Have you ever got a mood? And by the time you got off the phone with that motherfucker, you was like, you was
Like, why the hell did I answer my phone?
Wishing that they shut the fuck up. But you knew that shit before you picked up the phone.
Yeah.
Guess what? I believe in being there for people, but there are certain people that you cannot be there for. There are certain people that you need to be there for. Certain people that you need to fight for. Certain people that you need to go through stress and trauma for. And there are other people that you do not need to go through any stress and trauma for at all. We're talking about kids. Those are the ones that you need to go through the stress and the trauma for. Those are the ones that you need to figure out what the fuck is going on in your life that affects their life.
Right.
When we talked about earlier, those little girls that was walking out the house with the short shit on. Well, guess what? We also discussed, well, that kid ain't got no job. Where the fuck is she getting it from? Now, we do understand the aspect of those that sneak out the crib and throw something else on, but we're talking about those kids that's in the house.
Right.
Looking thottish. And you wonder, and then you want to get mad at, like the dude said, you getting mad at me because I'm looking at a girl that I don't know how old she is because she's dressed like a fucking grown-ass woman. She's built like a grown-ass woman. And then you want to holler at me. No, you need to be hollering at the kid that walked out your fucking house.
Yeah.
Right.
There needs to be some responsibility for what the fuck you do. I don't care how freaky you are, how nasty you think you want to be. Guess what? That does not pull away from the fact that you are a parent. I smoke, I do all kind of shit, but do my kids actually see it? No. Now, if my kids just by some twist of fate, because I usually go delete my kids from Facebook because I do not want them to come into this show because I know how deep we get. My youngest son is 16. Some of our conversation is too deep for my child.
Right.
Even though some of the conversations from this show, I go back and have that conversation with my kid. But to hear the conversation in the raw aspect for adults, this is the same way when you go to your television and you get, listen, some of y'all got cable boxes in the house right now, and y'all don't put no restrictions on what your child can watch.
Right.
Well, guess what? We talk about the shit that they allow to be on television and the way they fuck us up, but you have the right as a parent to go in and say, they can't watch this, they can't watch that, not on my watch. But you don't do that. You don't do that. You get upset with your kid, you go buy him a phone, and then you get upset because you bought a 12-year-old kid a phone and they found Pornhub on the phone. Well, guess what? If you decide to go buy that phone, you need to grab that phone before they even get it and say, well, let me
Restrictions.
work with this motherfucker and put in certain restrictions and make sure that my child is not doing certain things from the
Right.
device that I'm buying them. You can't get hmm, you can't go off on a kid when you throw the world at their ass and then you're living in that world. And then when they do what the fuck that you're doing, you got a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to separate what you feel is good, and then you got to look it for your own self. This is what I do, but do I need to be doing this?
Right.
What is the benefit of me doing this? Is it a benefit for me to be a hoe 24/7 out the week? Is it a benefit for me to lay up on somebody all week? Is it a benefit for? Come on, because guess what?
It's not.
Once that benefit runs out, once that other side of the benefit says, "Well, no more,"
Mm-hmm.
what do you do when the benefit that was so good that other people looked at it and were envious of because you were in a blessed situation, but you didn't handle your blessing right?
Mm.
So now the same way we watched you rise is the same way we watch you fall.
Ooh.
And that's the conversation that a lot of niggas have never told niggas that's right around them. Yo, G, I used to watch you and you used to be up here. Now
What happened?
I don't even want to come to your house, bro. I got niggas that's my age right now. I refuse. They too grown to live the way that they live. That's the best way I can put it. You're too nasty to be this goddamn grown. How the fuck are you paying for a house and you're renting a house or whatever the fuck you doing? You can talk about me all day. I got my 2-bedroom apartment and it's clean than a motherfucker. The dog is the only fucking issue that I got because I get mad at him for pissing and shitting on my floor. But guess what? I'm going to take care of myself. And I'm going to have that conversation with myself to say, yo, you want to go out here and party tonight? But no, nigga, you got in 2 weeks.
In the
If
morning.
you go out tonight, you're going to spend such and such, and then you're going to do this. And then, what's going to happen if you do that? No, you got to have that conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
Some of y'all is meeting motherfuckers and you're blowing your whole life away. And I say your whole life because wherever you are in life right now, that's your whole life. If you meet a nigga tonight and you go home and fuck him and bring him into your life and you say this, these my kids, and you bring that motherfucker in, you made that decision right now in your life. If that motherfucker's no good for you, kids, they're no good. Come on, Shantae, talk to me. Cause I'm man, this Mama Yoni, I feel you on this conversation.
See?
I look at that young man and whatever he was about to steal, was he trying to take? Do they even have
Catalytic converter.
catalytic converters anymore?
Yep.
Did they do that? Okay.
Yep, that's what he was trying to take.
Take the catalytic converter. Okay. This is what I know, and this is what I recognize about my people. Even in 2022, we still put more value on a dead black body than a living one.
Even if it's our
own. When you operate and move in a way that does not promote thriving, but constantly promotes just surviving, just the bare minimum to survive, not to thrive, not to rise up above, not to go beyond and grow, right? But just enough to make it. You are, it may be slow, but you're still putting more value on the end of your life than the actual living of your life. We, as Black folk, in so many aspects, are so lazy with our life.
Mm.
We
So
don't want to take the ownership and the responsibility of what we actually would need to do in order to change our circumstance.
Hmm.
And yes, is there blame to be put on the government? Absolutely. Is there blame to be put on white supremacy? Absolutely. But that's not all the blame.
Mm-mm.
That's not all the blame. And it will never be all of the blame. We have to get to a place and a point and a space where we collectively say, think, feel, and act as though our living actually matters more than our dying. And we are not there.
facts.
Because just the question that you asked, why is this term hustle now the meaning that I'm gonna take from my own people? Half the shit we do in our own neighborhood, right? We
Mm-hmm.
robbing our own. We robbing the old lady that's been living in the neighborhood for 30 years. We robbing the
Mm.
corner store that everybody goes to, right? We
Facts.
take it from our own people,
Facts.
right? All these thugs that walk around, right? You shared that unfortunate news here not too long ago that you knew the young lady whose grandson was gunned down at the gas station, right? That was
Right.
it. That was in our own neighborhood. But you won't go. You won't go. George Zimmerman is still walking around, and I've said this before.
Free.
Absolutely.
George
Free.
Zimmerman is still alive. He breathes every fucking day.
Hmm.
But you want to talk about how big and bad and you a thug and you a G and you got all whatever. But the real people you need to be going after, you don't do shit.
Don't afraid to open your
You
mouth.
don't lift a
Won't say
finger.
nothing.
You won't say nothing. You won't do nothing. You know, you won't do that. You won't do that who ride in all black in the middle of the night and go find his ass, and he come up missing. You won't do that. But
Oh,
because
Jesus.
you keep interjecting this constant death and destruction where you sleep. You shit where you sleep constantly, and then wonder why. I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to make it. That's part of your fucking problem because that's all you say all day. That's all you putting out into the universe. I'm just trying to make it. I'm
That's all
just trying.
you know.
I'm just trying. They're just trying to make it. You keep. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't even want to think about anything outside of. I'm just trying to make it, and so you don't. That's the answer to the question. Until you start looking at this shit differently, that's all you gonna get.
Mama, you only talk to me now. I want to go to eat her. Mama. Oh, here she go. Here she go. I'm sorry, Mama. I got you. Come on.
I'm here, baby. I'm just at a loss of what to even say to this generation because you try to give them the benefit of what you know, or try to lead them in the right direction or in a direction that at least will keep them alive for a little bit longer, and they're not trying to hear that either.
No.
You know, they'll say stuff like, "This ain't the old days.
Mm.
This ain't how we do stuff now. This ain't what that's all about." You know, and it's really difficult. It's hard to be a parent, a grandparent, a friend, just a viewer of the things that are going on in our community. You know, I'm not trying to save the world. I just like to save the community that I live in, that I frequent a lot, you know, just to be able to be peaceful there.
Come on.
Mm.
But they're not even
Amen.
peaceful. They don't understand what the meaning of peace is. And that still goes back to how they were raised, how they were formed, how they even got here. We can go back to the sperm and the egg on that, to the
Mm.
first clip.
Period.
Let's talk about that. You're not even taking the time to consider who you laying down with, giving your body to, and the possibility that there's a child. You have the nerve to have some high moral standard about having an abortion, but you won't use a condom and you
Come on.
won't use birth control pill.
Come
Come
on.
on
You
now.
don't even use a morning after pill because it should be your choice.
Come on.
I'm all for your choice, but let's make some informed choices going forward.
Come on.
Right.
You
So,
want
Mom,
to sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry without a condom because you don't like the way it feels without a condom. I'm almost 60 years old. I've been sleeping with dude for a minute. I'm not taking the damn condom off.
Come on.
Say why? Because it's some shit I can lay down with
And catch.
and not gonna be able to get rid of when I get up.
Period.
Oh,
I don't care what you got to say to me about how good the feeling is to you. I can't feel that.
Speaking.
I'm not having it. You got to be conscious of who you having kids with. Because if you don't, you're gonna mess around. These babies is having babies and still not giving a shit. They don't give a fuck. You tell these little silly girls, it's best to breastfeed your baby. They can't breastfeed the baby because they can't get high.
Come on. Come on.
They can't
Come
breastfeed
on.
the baby because they
Come on.
can't have no Casamigos.
Come on.
They can't breastfeed the baby because that means they can't have no peach Hennessy.
Come on.
They can't stay home with the baby because the baby make too much noise. But who gonna watch the baby? Then you have a fit and an attitude because don't nobody want to watch your baby.
Your baby.
It's your baby. You had the baby. Where the baby daddy at?
Speaking.
Y'all 16, 17 years old. I don't have. Do you do what you want to do? But if you ain't ready for that responsibility of caring for, raising, and nurturing a child, please put a condom on, swallow it, do so. I don't know what else you got to do. Swallow. Shit, it's not a bad thing. It's full of enzymes, protein, and all that good shit. Swallow.
Squirt it on the sheets. I don't care.
I don't care. Spit it out, throw it in the toilet, choke on it. I don't give a shit.
Just make it real quick.
I'm just saying. Listen, it's some girls out there doing some shit I ain't done, and I'm like, damn, you can do that. I didn't know that was possible. But what I'm saying all that to say this, I don't really want to try to save the world. I don't want these young girls out here looking 20 when they only 13.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people talk to them like that, but you don't really know until you talk to them. And sometimes even the ones you talk to that are 20 ain't 20 in the brain. They 20 years old. But they never 10, 11, 12 in the mind.
40 ain't 40 ain't 20 in the brain.
I didn't want to go there, but thank you. Yes, that's true too.
We talking
yeah. But if the mama was only 15 and was out there in the hoochie mama wear, I don't like it. Oh my God. I cannot stand when I see little babies that they got these prostitute outfits on. They just prostitutes and they too. You got on Daisy Dukes and tank tops and braids down to their ass and little bitty heels on a baby. And you think that shit look cute.
Shit, Daisy Dukes that ain't nothing compared to
you forcing them to grow up so fast.
And then when somebody say something to them, you mad.
And there, what is the rush? I don't understand that, Mama. What is the rush?
I haven't figured that out.
Hurry up and force. I remember at 12 and 13. At 12 and 13, I was still playing with Barbie dolls.
I was climbing trees.
And you ain't had no choice.
I was still playing with Barbie dolls. Okay. I had Barbie dolls, He-Man.
Hello.
Tonka trucks. I had cars. I had She-Ra. And now at 12 and 13, these girls are out here. Some of them have already had babies. Some of them have had to fight the molestation and the sexual abuse in their own families.
Right.
Because they started coming of age and they started growing and sprouting and developing.
And you got these
fucks in the family that ain't nobody shot. And so now they got to fight them off. But the girl is the one that's fast, right? The predator that came onto her, but she the one that's wrong. We got it all backwards. And then you wonder why they start to act the way we do. The video we saw with all them girls fighting and pulling off hair and all this shit. That didn't come out of nowhere.
It didn't. And then the thing is, we hide the predator. We keep the predator cool, victimize the kid for being in that position or for being molested or hurt or traumatized. Keep the predator safe. Let him keep on predator. And you wonder why the girls are acting like they're acting. Because nobody stepped in and stopped the shit that was happening to them to push them in that direction.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they feel like, well, hey, I guess it was okay because they didn't say nothing about it. They didn't do nothing about it. So I'm going to act like this.
Exactly.
Right. Yes.
And so it must be a good thing to get this kind of attention from a man, right? It must be a good thing. This must be how it's supposed to go.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Well, I don't know what I really don't know what to say because we in a time where Either you get it or you don't.
Yeah.
We're not in a, especially for people our age. 40, you know, if you're 40, even touching 40, you better catch it right now. You know.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show. I really tried to. Hold on 1 second. I want to give y'all something. I want to let y'all know. I want y'all to hear a little something tonight. And I think that. Oh shit!
What?
I'm trying to see. Hold on 1 second. Y'all still with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we here.
Okay, I see it. There we go. All right. I want y'all to check out this song tonight. This is something I think that we need to be at, a place that we need to be at. It's a wonderful song. Check it out. I was looking for something else that might have been a little too much for y'all, but tonight we're gonna go ahead and make it smooth.
I could speak candidly. You single-handedly are the finest glass of living water. Yeah, and I must admit that all of your dream has me feeling for a sip from your faucet. Please don't be offended. Don't be offended. Let the passion get my attention, and I'm willing to give you more. Please don't be offended. Don't be offended. So that I should get my attention, and I'm willing to give you more. Hydration. You know that I hate it when I'm dehydrated. I need hydration. You don't have to drench me, just enough to quench me. Hydration. You know that I hate it when I'm dehydrated. Speak candidly, you single-handedly are the finest glass of living water. Ooh, and I must admit that all you dream, feeling for a sip from your phone. Please don't be offended. Thought that I should mention. You got my attention, and I'm willing to give you more. Please don't be offended. Don't be offended. You got my attention, and I'm willing to give you hydration. You know that I hate it when I'm dehydrated. I need hydration. You don't have to drench me, just enough to quench me. Hydration. You know that I hate it when I'm dehydrated. Hydration. Have to drench me, just enough to quench me. Hydration. Say hydration. It's hydration. Osaka, water, H2O. Drink up, all you thirsty people. Drink up, drink from the well that never runs dry. Drink from the well that never runs dry. I don't know what your taste of water is. You might like Fuji or Osaka. So many different types. Water, 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 water.
Good job.
Am I good for one more, ladies? Just one more? 'Cause I got one more really good one from the same artist. He's excellent. Put your glasses up tonight, ladies. This is the last one for the night. Hold on one second. Hold on. That's another one. I want y'all to get that one in. Go ahead and smack y'all in the face right quick. This is the last song for the night. I hope y'all enjoy it. Cause I'm dope.
Thought I was a joke.
Run that back.
Sheeple, they move like clones. That's why I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke, but see, most these sheeple, they move like clones. That's why I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke, but Miss Badu told me out, and I know it. You can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I might go bells. Me and my dog see like kings, but we be working just like slaves. Made it out of my hood. I deserve some accolades. So I need more than kudos in a fight. Cause I went from sidelines to the limelight, and I shine bright, ice cold boys Klondike. Never move with white, this ain't blindside. Finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow shining like soul glow. Every lyric skin cocoa, so most popo spirit. Not like Rondo, all my clothes when I pivot. Most these sheeple move like clothes. Move like clothes. That's why I be on my own. See, I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke. I was a joke. Miss Badu told me I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Miss Badu told me I'm. See, and I know it. You can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and a microphone. Me and my doggy like kings, but we be working just like slaves. I done made it out of my hood. I deserve some accolades. Say yeah, most these sheeple move like clothes. Move like clothes. That's why I be on my own. See, I be on my own. My mama thought prove it. Miss Badu told me I'm dope. I got receipts to prove it. 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 I got receipts to prove it.
Oh, y'all saw.
I got receipts to prove it.
Yo, let them have
I got receipts to prove it. Hey, I got receipts to prove it. You can check my Instagram page. I got receipts to prove it. Scroll down to the bottom. I got receipts to prove it. I got receipts to prove it. David McAvoy, give me receipts to prove it.
Why y'all stop on me? Yo.
Yes, sir. Good job.
I hope y'all appreciate tonight's show. We just tried to do something a little bit different. Please understand, all the decisions that you make will make the next decisions for you in your life. I'm going to go ahead and get some last final words from Shantae, Ida, and Mama Yoni, and then we're closing out the show tonight. Come on, talk to me.
Be your own peace, family. Follow your own journey. Be comfortable and sit in who you are. Think about who you want to be and move forward in that process. Stop looking back. Because if your eyes are facing backward, you can't see where you're headed. And your plan and your purpose is to move forward. Follow your journey.
Talk to me, Ida.
Like Tay say, stop looking back. You can reminisce and think about the things that brought you to where you are because they made you who you are. What don't kill you makes you stronger. Always remember that. When you go through journeys, life, like she say, when you go through life in your journey in your life, know that what you have gone through is predestined. It was already predestined and already written for you. So just know that the things that you go through, you might feel like the mistakes that you made, you could have changed. If you changed it, it would make you the better person that you are today. So take it as it is, what it is, how it is. Hold on, steadfast, keep it moving.
Mama Yoni, you with us?
I am, sir. I am.
How you feel about tonight's show? What do you give us your final thoughts? I'm sorry.
My final thought is this. Life is like a camera. Focus on what's important. Capture the good times.
Yes.
Develop from the negatives.
Yes.
And if things don't work out, take another shot.
Yes.
But always be true to you. I love you guys. I'll see you guys Thursday.
We'll see you Thursday. We hope everybody tunes in and catches us on Thursday. All I gotta say is, you dope.
You dope too, bro.
You know, and you can get a chance to become doper. You can be doper than what you are right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Go keep this hustle going.
We enjoyed everybody for tuning in tonight. I hope to catch everybody on Thursday night. We're gonna get drunk again Thursday. Talk some more shit.
Keep your hustle going.
Keep your hustle going. And just be dope. That's all I'm asking y'all to do. Yeah. Just be dope. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and end the show. I just feel like playing that shit one more time.
Thank you,
and then I'll check y'all out next week on Thursday. Well, not later this week on Thursday. And we're gonna turn up. That's what we're doing. Just be dope. We out of here.
Peace.
See, most these sheeple, they like clothes. That's why I be on my own. But Miss Badu told me out, and I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I might go bells. Me and my dog see like kings, but we be working just like slaves. Made it out of my hood, I deserve some accolades. So I need more than kudos in a fight, cause I went from sidelines to the limelight, and I shine bright, ice cold boys Klondike. Never move with white, this ain't blindside. Finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow shining like soul glow. Every lyric skin cold, cold, so most popo spirit. Not like Rondo, all my clothes when I pivot. Ooh, ooh. Most these sheep move like clothes. Move like clothes. That's why I be on my own. See, I be on my own. My mama thought I was a show. Miss Badu told me I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Miss Badu told me I'm. See, and I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I might go felt. Me and my doggy like kings, but we be working just like slaves. I done made it out of my hood, I deserve some accolades. Say yeah, most these sheep move like clothes. Move like clothes. That's why I be on my own. See, I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke. I was a joke. Miss Badu told me I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Miss Badu told me I'm. Ooh, see, most these sheep, they move like clowns. That's why I be on my own. My mama, she thought I was a joke, but Miss Badu told me I'm done, done. Receipts to prove it. Miss Badu told me I'm done. Yeah. I got receipts to prove it. 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 I got receipts to prove it.
Oh, y'all some. Yo.
I got receipts to prove it.
Yo.
I got receipts. I got receipts to prove it. You can check my Instagram page. I got receipts to prove it. Scroll down to the bottom. I got receipts to prove it. Erica Badu. I got receipts to prove it. David McAvoy, give me receipts to prove it. She said.
Why y'all stop on me? Yo.
The Union Music.
I can do some things with it.
Baby.
I don't play no games with it. I don't play no games with it.
You must ain't heard about my tongue. I can do some things with it. I don't play no games with it. You must ain't heard about my tongue. I can do some things with it. I don't play no games with it. No. You must ain't heard about my tongue. Lick it up. Lick it up. Lick it, lick it, lick it, lick it up. Lick it up. Can I lick it up? Lick it up. Lick it, lick it, lick it, lick it up. I'm trying to wake up the neighbors. It's all your flavors, baby. I'm drinking Henny, no chaser. You tryna go there, I'll take you, baby. Bury my face inside you. Early in the morning, I do. You must ain't heard about my tongue. I can do some things with it. I ain't no games with it. Must ain't heard about my tongue. I can do things with it. I don't play the. No, I wanna lick you till you come. I'ma do my thing in it. Take my tongue and write my name in it. When I get done, you gon' be sprung. Set it right on my face. Taste like birthday cake. I wanna lick you till you come. Lick it up, lick it up, lick it up. Lick it, lick it, lick it, lick it up, lick it up. Lick it up, can I lick it up, lick it up? You must ain't lick about my tongue. I can do some things with it. I don't play no games with it. Must ain't heard about my tongue. I can do some things with it. Things with it. No, you must ain't heard about my tongue. Lick it up, lick it up, lick it up. Lick it, lick it, lick it, lick it up, lick it up. Lick it up, can I lick it up, lick it up? Lick it, lick it, lick it.
Had a stressful night, but y'all must ain't heard about my tongue. We're gonna go ahead and end the show tonight. Thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you coming Thursday. Church.